nuts.
Hello, welcome to episode 8 of the Goat Sessions. I'm your excellent host, Jenk. With me, as always, Sonny, Alfie, and Mitch. Welcome to the 8th episode.
And the third attempt of an intro.
Yeah, this is my third attempt. Third time's lucky.
It is fucking freezing.
Yeah, we're in like a
sub-zero in here.
We say it every week, but we're in a wooden shed
Yeah.
in a garden.
Yeah.
And it's currently like 5 degrees.
I'm glad that I
Just have a
said
look.
that last week that I was going to wear
Your comfies.
Your
my
Comfies.
comfies.
Oh, we're all gonna fucking wear comfies, really, didn't we? But
Well, I'm
Yeah.
like literally just, I've got my hoodie on because
Yeah.
it's that fucking cold.
I got my fucking Bill Cosby sweater on there.
Is it 4?
4
It's nice.
degrees.
4
It's
degrees.
a nice jumper, isn't it?
4 degrees. Yeah.
I'm
4
alright.
degrees.
I'm on my second hot chocolate.
That's how cold a fridge is in the UK.
4 degrees.
4
You
degrees, really?
Fucking facts already. Look at him.
Honestly, out the gate.
Mate, we're like
Out
a
the
minute
gate.
in. Well, it was, so what we've been up to this week? We have been
Drinking.
drinking.
Yeah,
What a change.
true.
I know, yeah. I think we need to do some different activities to what's them? But we went out Saturday night, didn't we, for our friend's birthday?
Yeah.
We ended up getting plastered.
Yeah.
It's very.
I wasn't that drunk. I only had 3 drinks.
I
You joined
was.
us really late though.
Yeah, I
as well,
got there
didn't
like
you?
half 1, I think.
I
Yeah.
joined quite late as well.
What did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got there at like 10:30.
Oh,
We
okay.
were
Yeah.
we
I
were
fell
in,
asleep
we were in my own personal hell for a bit. Oh yeah,
for quite a while.
for
For
yeah,
2
for a
separate
long
parts
time.
of the evening.
Yeah. No, to be fair, the last bit wasn't that bad. I was just in it, my head fucking popped off.
Okay.
But like we went to, what's it even fucking called now?
Dares.
Dares,
Yeah, I'd go there.
and it's like the anti-Jenk.
I've never been in there.
It was
It's awful.
yeah. It's like it. I think it's
There was
another
no
reason
vibe
that
to
I
it.
don't really like DJs.
I still think that place is a cover for something else because I've never known anyone that's ever been in there before. You're literally the first people I've
Yeah,
known.
Yeah.
we've
Before.
been a few times, but it's only if you're like, oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Yeah,
I'm bored
yeah.
of everywhere. Let's just go to the one place that we've never been before. But the tunes weren't bad.
Oh,
They
one of the
weren't.
tunes.
They weren't.
There was
that
like
bad.
old jungle tunes and stuff, old fucking garage tunes and that, like So Solid Crew and stuff, which is a laugh. But it's just like empty as fuck.
It was
in there.
empty.
Because it's a front for something illegal.
Yeah.
To be fair, me and Alfie got
Allegedly.
a good story about Des. So a few years back now, we went to Bonds, Hell on Earth, and
I went with you, I don't think. I was with my ex and
was
we
you?
was just having a drink. I
oh,
think.
so you were already in Des when we
yeah,
came to you, right?
we
So
bumped into you.
yeah, so I went to Bonds with a few mates, and Braden, as you walked in, went to hand his ID to some bloke in like a black overcoat, and the bloke was like, "Oh, I'm not a bouncer, I'm a doctor," and he was like, "Oh, okay, like." What you doing over here, like out drinking? He's like, I'm like on a
Was
work
he on
thing.
time travelling business?
He was on time travelling
Did he have a big
business,
scarf?
he did. He had this fucking little
Let me show you my
pen
magic
thing he
wand.
kept popping out, yeah.
I
No,
doesn't
it
call
was
it a
a-
magic wand, does it?
No.
It was on some training thing or something over, and he thought, while I'm here in Tamworth, I'll go check out the nightlife. So, all right, sound. And Bray being Bray, he just talks to anyone. He's like, well, if you're on your own, come join us. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. So he came and sat with us for a bit in Bonds, and he was quite a nice fucking bloke. Can't remember his fucking name.
It was like Doctor. Some Doctor.
Should just call him Dr. Phil.
Yeah. He was bald and had
Dr.
a
Phil.
moustache. And he was trying to help everyone with their problems.
He was, yeah. So when we ended
Is
up
he- what
getting
kind of doctor is he?
a physician. Well, no, a GP.
A GP.
GP, yes. a
General
GP.
practitioner.
General practitioner. So it was quite sound, just like getting to know him in Bonds. And then when we went to Dares, and it's quite expensive in Dares, as you know.
Yeah.
There's a cocktail bar.
Yeah, it's a cocktail bar.
Yeah.
So you can already imagine. And literally, it was like, right, what you guys having? It's on me. We're like, oh no, we can't let you do that. And he's like, I'm a doctor. I've got shitloads of money. He was like, if you insist, dude. And he was buying us fucking shitloads the whole fucking night. Like Watson had like broke his hand or something the day before, so he was there checking Watson's hand, like making sure it was okay.
Getting free checkups.
But like, yeah, literally. But it was funny in the end. He was like, "Does that hurt?" It's like, "Yeah." "Does that hurt?" "Yeah." "Does that hurt?" And then he just slaps his hand and goes, "Stop being a pussy."
Okay.
And then,
Cool. Didn't he just have like a massive wad of cash?
yeah, he just
It weren't
pulled out
even
like
like-
fucking.
Was it Dr. Dre? Like, sure it was like that kind of a doctor.
But I remember someone coming up to me and being like, "Yeah, we just met this doctor who's paying for all of our stuff. It's sick." I was like, "That sounds a bit exploitative to
Yeah,
be
it
fair."
is a
but,
bit.
like,
It did feel like that,
Dude,
but
we're all being groomed. It's great.
yeah, we were being groomed actually. Well, that's the thing though, because like he came to, I think we went Hogarth's after, and it was buying us drinks in there again. And it was getting to the point where we were kind of like, no, we can't fucking keep taking drinks off you now. And I think he sort of got the hint a bit. And was like, I tell you what, I'll leave you to your night. I'm going to go back to the hotel anyway. He was like, right, fine. I was like, but I don't know where it is. It's like somewhere at Snowdome, but I don't know where that is from here. Like, I walked in one way, and I was like, surely you fucking know where you
Dude,
stay.
yeah, and like it's like
So-
you've got maps on your phone, bro.
Yeah. And Braden decided to walk him back, and we're like, we ain't seeing Bray again. But Bray came back, and then after
What
that,
is he like an opportunistic fucking bum rapist?
could have been. Could have thought, oh, nice.
I was thinking kidneys initially.
Oh, okay. An organ
harvesting.
farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like how you went to sodomy immediately.
But like, a few hours went by, and we went to Attic, or whatever it's fucking called, Cuda, and we saw him in there
On his own.
on his one, but dancing with
Nice.
girls. Like,
What, this week?
no,
Oh,
on the same
that night,
night. So
you're
like,
saying.
Braid walked him back, and
Oh,
we
he
went
went
in there.
back
And he
into
obviously
town.
thought, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go back in." And he come in there, and he was just with.
Well, he
other
was like, I didn't
people.
get his kidneys, I'll find someone
gonna find
else's.
someone else's.
Or I didn't
So-
sodomise him, I'll find someone else to sodomise.
Yeah.
So
Fair play.
Dr. Phil could be a very nice person, but something also could have happened that night.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was
Could have
random
been a
as fuck.
sketchy
It
Dr.
was,
Phil.
I mean, that bar, I've only been to that bar on people's birthdays. What's it, Attic?
The
Yeah.
nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever it's
yeah.
called.
Not my kind of vibe.
No, it's not.
No.
I'm not.
Like downstairs was all ABBA and fucking...
McFly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you danced. Look, I've got a photograph of everyone dancing and you're just sat there on your phone.
Dude, I went
on screen.
upstairs. Like, upstairs is like where all the kids hang out. And I am a kid, but the kids
I felt
hang
old
out.
as fuck
Like,
in that place.
the probably the highest age, like the about average age in there is like probably
21.
19. Nah, 19,
Yeah,
dude.
probably is.
And that was just playing some whack fucking remix.
Even upstairs, the music wasn't... It was better than downstairs.
I was on Candy Crush upstairs.
You were dancing to My Neck, My Back, I think My Pussy and My Crack.
Yeah, that's a tune.
Like an absolute...
What else are you
G.
going to do to that?
Yeah, true.
There's only one way to do it. You
To be
couldn't
fair,
sit
I'll
through
say
it.
he was dancing to it. We were dancing to it.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't even normally like vinyl, which is the downstairs bit where they play like cheesy hits and shit.
I thought as well, the one thing I liked about that place was it had a light up dance floor, but only 2 of the squares lit up.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
like a light up dance floor.
I look at that a light up dance floor, but it didn't light up enough for my itch to be scratched.
I think,
Yeah.
to be fair, like light up dance floors is quite a minefield, in it, because if you put a light up dance floor in, it's only going to get danced on and then fall broke.
Yeah, true.
If you dance on a table, that
But then
table's going to break.
Build it to last. Also, going into that place was like fucking airport security.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fully.
for fucking good reason.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's in a bad way, but like literally like empty pockets, check wallets,
That's something
walk through a
that,
metal detector.
mm.
I haven't had that in a bar in this country, I don't think ever.
there's something that I've wanted to say for the past few weeks and forgot because I've been talking about fucking conspiracy theories and bollocks. But yeah, it is like airport security. But last weekend, I think
Oh, someone
2
got,
girls got injected in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know 4 in Snobs on the Halloween weekend. Like it's becoming a big
yeah, let's
problem.
just cut this short. If you see someone being weird on a dance floor, kick the fucking living shit
Yeah.
out of them. Don't let that cunt. I remember one club put something on
What are they injured? Is it like
Like
date rape?
date rape,
stuff?
yeah,
date rape
yeah.
drug, yeah. But one club, I don't know where it's from, but they put an Instagram thing on. It says if we find anyone conspiring or in possession of any kind of date rape drug or any kind of illegal drug, we won't be calling the police. We'll be calling an ambulance for you to leave in. I think that's the perfect
right
fucking
attitude.
way to
Yeah,
do
it
it.
is
I'd
the right
like to be
attitude.
like they find someone who's got a syringe on them and they're kicking the shit out of him. He's going, "No, it's for me smack. it's for me smack."
EpiPen.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fucking I can imagine.
yeah.
Mate,
there's no
it is
bees
weird
around
how
here.
like how big it's become. Like so, because it's always been a thing. Like people getting spiked since I've been drinking in bars, which is like 20 plus years. But like the injecting thing currently seems to be like a really, really
Yeah,
big thing.
It's like
very-
someone's really thought about, okay,
Yeah.
how can we change this?
I don't know
Yeah.
how you tackle it though, because I feel like
It's hard to police,
the
isn't it?
more you put on social media about it and the more you're like, please be wary, look out for this, look out for that, it's giving people without the idea, the
idea.
fucking freaks that do it, like, I can't drop a pill in someone's drink no more. Oh, people have been spiking, maybe I should try that. It's really hard, and it's the same with knife crime as well.
The
Like,
problem is as well, a lot of bars don't want the association. So the bar I worked at, fuck it, like just tell the story. This happened end of September to a girl. I'd finished work at 9 and stayed out, so I was there drinking that night. And I remember the girl was in one of the 2 ladies' toilets in there. She was in the toilets, and I was like, "What's going on?" Because I was a manager there, even though I wasn't working. So I was like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, she's saying she's been spiked," and they were so dismissive of it. Like in the chat afterwards, like we had a group chat, like for security managers, and I'm like, even if you don't think she did because you know how much you served her, like to dismiss it entirely is fucking ignorant. And
Yeah,
like, when
what-
you have so many female customers in there and female staff in there, like you 100% need to take this fucking seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like we need to do more for signage. We need to do more in terms of making it a safe space, making people search properly on the door coming in. And like literally, it was only because I made a fucking thing about it. They were like, "Oh yeah, no, of course we should."
Yeah.
Because before that, everyone was just like, "Oh no, we served her all night," and it turned out she was spiked, and they know who did it.
Yeah.
So
it could have been prevented.
Yeah, and like literally, one of the dudes, like one of the security, watched the footage back. Because I watched it. I was like, if she was in it for 8 hours, you haven't just watched 8 hours of footage in 20 minutes.
No.
So I know how long
Yeah.
you've been gone for.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking bullshit. Do your job properly.
Yeah. They don't want it though.
Yeah.
Because they'll just want to serve booze.
Yeah, they don't want the
to
association either.
Yeah,
So it's like
no.
if we can deny it and just say they were drunk, then
Paperwork
it's not on
and
our
phone
bar.
calls that they don't want to make.
Yeah.
It's
and-
another thing, obviously kick the shit out of someone that's doing that and get a bunch of mates to fucking kick the shit out of someone that's doing that because you got to speak their language. People like that, you can't talk them sort of people down and kill them with
Yeah.
kindness because they only know one thing and it's to fucking be a freaky rapist and to fight people. So you have to speak their own language and fucking square up to them and tell them what's what. But 9 times out of 10, if someone's going to carry a fucking needle to inject a girl, then they might have a fucking knife on them
Yeah.
or something a bit more. So like,
Yeah.
There was a fight outside that bar at the end of the
It's
night
a
as
lot.
well.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of prep.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
little
like,
fucking
it's-
virgins that can't get laid normally. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just go out and get some social skills and talk to some women and stop fucking trying to rape
Yeah, I
them.
put a
like-
thing about you on my story today. I saw it on somewhere else. Can't remember where I saw it now. But and it was just like it was from a protest somewhere. So I was put a sign saying she is not dressed like a slut. You just think like a rapist.
Yeah.
And it's 100% what a lot of people are like. And like the thing, especially working in a bar when you're the other side of it and you're genuinely sober, you see predatory motherfuckers,
Yeah.
and it's fucked up how common it is.
Yeah.
And the things I think a lot of guys, because they don't experience it to them, just dismiss it and go, "Oh, that's not a thing," because I've never had it. Yeah, because no one's trying to fucking date rape you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why there's not just female only nightclubs.
Yeah.
Because I can pretty much guarantee that girls aren't going out to get fucking pulled by lads.
Yeah.
So you don't know why there's what?
Well, there's not girls only
Girl-only
nightclubs.
Yeah.
Oh, girls only. Yeah, absolutely.
There's fucking gentlemen's only nightclubs.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is
that's a good
yeah.
point.
And they're
That's
just
a
full
good
of
point.
creepy little seedy
Yeah,
blokes
yeah.
anyway. So
Like, what do you mean? Like, not a strip club?
No,
Yeah, well,
but
that's
just
a
a
gentleman's
normal
club.
Is that
club.
what you're on about?
But just
like-
a normal club that just pays, just caters to.
yeah, just girls that just want to have a night out.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
Where it's
fucking
only either
No,
they do girls only nights or
Oh, you mean what are the
club
gentlemen's
itself.
clubs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are
Oh,
generally those
Strip
kinds of-
clubs.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, I thought there was something that
No,
passed me by for this.
Yeah. You do
It's
have like. Yeah,
there's a club. It sounds like hell on earth.
I think they have smoking ones, like cigar clubs and stuff like
yeah,
that. as
yeah,
well
there's
for-
like- there's-
for men.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
old
a
as
fan
time.
of a strip club anyway. To be fair,
I've never. Well, we don't have strip clubs in this country.
Yeah, they do.
huh?
Yeah, they do.
Let's do it
Strip
right now.
fucking loads
Are
in.
they actual? Wait, are they
Birmingham?
actual strip clubs with strippers in front of you?
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was such conviction. Like, no,
No, like, I'm surprised that not
I
because
didn't think we had the licensing for it in this country. I thought you could
Yeah.
have like behind the curtain strippers. Because I went to
Oh,
one.
there's strippers like in
so
the
I went to one once.
main part of the.
It was
thing.
our mate Lewis's birthday,
Yeah.
and we took him to Cloud 10,
Yeah.
which is now Jinx. It was upstairs.
Mm.
And I was in there for about 15 minutes and left because it's just not my environment at all.
No, man.
But that wasn't a strip club, and I was talking to because one of the girls came over because they all do just try and get a dance off you and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm good.
I've had 2 strippers in my life, and the first one
Strip for you or
strip for me.
okay, yeah, because you just said you've
The-
had 2 strippers in your life.
I've not had. I've never.
Context
I've,
is
I've
everything.
never owned a human anyway. But neither,
That's
you
good.
know.
That's good.
It's good
But
to know.
so yeah, the first time I was with some friends in Barbados,
Barbados, yeah.
As it's known
and
locally.
he
Or in
was it was it was my mate Sean's birthday, and he's quite fond of a strip club. He likes a strip club. I'm not
Yeah, I'm
a
not.
fan. I'm fairly awkward there. You know, I'm like,
How are you meant to act in there though?
There's
It
some
depends how
greasy
you're great.
fuckers,
Right,
man.
that's literally all it is. It depends what kind of human you are.
Because you're not gonna sit. You can't touch and you can't fuck. So what, you're just gonna sit there with a fucking
No, but I
erection.
think the thing is, it's the kind of place where people who don't really respect. And look, I get like I'm all for the industry, sex workers and stuff like that. Go make
Yeah,
your
of
fucking
course.
money. Like I'm
Of
not saying it
course.
shouldn't exist, but they're catering to the demographic of men who are pieces of shit.
yeah, of
generally.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
genuinely.
yeah.
Do you want more jingle before I go into stripper stories?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jenk's got a jingle.
I've got a jingle. I tried to not make it too
Narcissistic.
narcissistic. I don't think I did, but let's see.
Oh, I thought you fucking knocked his bit.
Jenk made himself a jingle, bringer of jokes.
fucking banger.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's,
if that was not a jingle, that's a song.
yeah,
right.
fucking hell.
That isn't self-indulgent at all, I don't think.
Apart from the
No.
fact that it was a minute fucking long, and all it said was Jenk.
Yeah.
Jenk.
I've another
It
segment. I
sounded
wanna
very
talk-
Melvinsy. I like that.
Yeah, well, another segment we could do is by my jingle. What have I been listening to this week? Obviously,
Melvins.
quite a lot of sleep. It's
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
a lot of sleep.
No, like if that was a track, that was fucking dope.
It was okay.
Yeah.
A bit long for a jingle.
For
It's a bit
Number
long.
one.
It's not a jingle.
It's
a
not a
song.
jingle.
It's the shortest Doom song there is.
Yeah.
But anyway, that leads perfectly into my stripper story. So as I was saying, I was in Barbados with my friend Sean, our friend Ted, and my cousin who was popped
I
up
love
on
this
this
podcast.
who has turned up more than once in these podcasts. And I was there, and a small Eastern Bloc stripper walked over to me, and I used to have quite a big beard, didn't I? It was quite big. And she grabbed me by the beard and said, I bet this would tickle my pussy. So I said,
Nice.
I kind of,
That's a direct quote from her.
that's direct, that's actually what she said.
You can take that to the bank.
That's
Lovely.
what she said to me.
You know what? Good on her.
No, fair play. I mean, it is but an observation.
Exactly.
It wasn't a prediction.
Thanks for clarifying.
So she, I kind of panicked and kind of went, it probably. And then she went, would you like a dance? And I went, oh no, thank you. I'm not here.
I'm not dance inclined.
I'm with friends. I'm not.
I haven't got my dancing shoes.
So and then she went out. Like, I was sat with my friends. So she went over to another friend of ours, and they were talking. And basically, we found out that the prices in there was a topless, £10 for topless, £20 for full naked, and something called a dirty 30, which none of us found out which was.
Okay.
What it was. So we
shits on you.
yeah, it could be.
For 30 quid.
Jesus Christ!
Shits on you.
This is the dirtiest 30 I've ever
I think
had.
there's one girl there who like constantly on laxatives because otherwise you're asking someone to
Dude,
shit
they're
on your
not going
man.
to shit on you for 30 quid if it's 20 quid to full naked.
Yeah.
It's not going to go like £10 to see your tits, £20 to see everything, 30 quid to shit on you. That's a bit of a
love
fucking
it.
jump.
Depends
If
how
she was
broke
giving
the
you
person is, though, doesn't it?
if she was
Like-
giving you a topless for £10 and she followed through and she demanded another 20.
By accident.
But there was that, and then she was talking to my friend, and my friend gave her a tenner, and she come over to me, and my mate no, I never had a dance, and I wasn't really that interested. So obviously he paid for her to dance for me. So she pulled me into the back room. Sat
How old
me.
are you at the time?
I want to say about
12.
I've got to be
Someone's kitchen.
about 6. She took me
I
to
nearly
the back.
spat beer out then. How old were you, sorry?
I think I was probably about, I want to say about 22, 24,
Okay.
something like that.
It's a good age.
It's good age.
First ripper.
And no, it's probably about 21, 22.
Well, you can't go in strip clubs till
Okay.
you're 21, can you?
What?
Can't go in strip clubs till you're
I don't
21.
fucking
anyway.
know.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know
that's
the
the,
age.
It
the
probably
age.
is.
So like, you know, she took me in the back room, sat me down. I must have been quite nervous because she said, "This is your first dance, isn't it?" And I went, "Yeah." Like proper shy. And she went, don't tell anyone, but I'll do you a full naked just for the topless. And I went, oh, thanks. And then so she danced, and like I felt nothing but awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was it to? What was the music? Do you remember?
It was just whatever was on. She didn't like put a track on.
That's like the
Sugar on
go-to
me.
stripper song.
Yeah,
Really?
The
I
bird-
thought it'd have been like some.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It
Oh, was it?
Uh,
Okay.
That's boring.
So she she finished the dance, and I say, look, she was quite short. She must have been about 5'1", and I'm about 6'1", so like a good.
He's not.
I am.
Not.
Jake's about 6'1".
In heels. Carry on with your story.
I was wearing heels that night.
Okay, sorry.
So
He was working.
I was working, yeah. I was just on my break. She went, do you want to dance? So I went, I'm starting in a minute. So she
Story got better.
So she went, like, she's wearing nothing but socks, right?
Nice.
at this point. Like
Why was she wearing socks?
high socks.
Like sexy socks.
Yeah, yeah.
and
and then she had like a light up reindeer on the side.
Footballer socks. You just finished a 5-a-side
Yeah.
and came for a dance.
Still the shin pads on.
That's what the 30 quid is. You can see the sweaty shin pads.
She weren't wearing heels that you could hear. It's a fucking cleats walking across the floor.
Oh man.
Sorry,
That's
Jake.
amazing.
So she said.
So she's wearing football boots and football
So she was in
socks.
It was in a
away
Dean
kit.
sedan, came in.
Yeah.
Pointed with the chest.
Yeah. And she went, was that any good? I went, yes, thank you. Awkwardly. And she went, can I have a hug?
The stripper asked you for a
I
hug.
swear to God. So I hugged a tiny stripper.
Wait, what kind of hug? Was it a one-arm hug? Was it a full
It was like
embrace?
Thanks, cheers,
Okay.
kind of hug.
So-
And it was
Like after an
Good
awkward date
job.
hug.
Good job. Like,
And I-
You can't pat. You can never pat on a hug.
oh, yeah,
But
you
like,
couldn't touch.
so I went out, and they're like, my mate sat there going, yeah, like the fucking greasy fox they are, going, go on, how was it, Jenk? How was it? Tell me everything. And I was like, she was lovely. She was really nice. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, no, she was just really nice. She was like, is this your first dance? And I was like, yeah. Like, she was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like to the point where I felt awkward that I weren't like thinking about whether I found her attractive or not. I thought she was nice. But then the second lap dance I've ever had
Was later that night.
was like that night. No, it was a few years later on a work do, and I was working at a car factory, so you could, the kind of people I was working with.
Yeah, yeah.
Frequent
That's
these places exactly. So we went in, and everyone was greasy, and I was kind of like just trying to have like a normal laugh, and they were kind of like almost like trying to stay cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were like
I know what you mean.
There's nothing more
giving it
embarrassing
all of that.
than
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've never been to a strip club in my life.
Yeah.
But like I can imagine, and like from films and stories that I've heard, there's nothing more more embarrassing than like a bunch of lads trying to play it cool in front of a bunch of strippers just in case they find them attractive.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like,
It's-
oh, look at them lads
honest
over
to
there.
God,
Like,
it is fucking pointless. Like, because it's her job, if you pay for her time, that's what you'll get.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to go, please let me dance for you, you fucking
Yeah, yeah.
stallion. I love that you're keeping your composure amongst all these naked women. Take me home, please. But like, yeah, so, and there was one of these guys there that the next day in work, he was saying that 2 strippers fucked him for nothing and then gave him a bottle of champagne.
Never happened.
And this geezer is a short, square human
Nice.
of not very,
Yeah.
not a fucking 10.
Was
Anyone's
it SpongeBob?
It was SpongeBob. I used to work at the bottom of the ocean. A car,
In a
In
next to
bikini
a pineapple
bottom.
and
car
Ruthie.
In
factory in
bikini bottom.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so like, and then I was sitting like there was kind of like one of these booth like things, and there was like all the lads I worked with sat around, and I was like kind of awkwardly sat there, and they were being like greasy, so I was like uncomfortable even because no one there was. I was on the same wavelength as any of the
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
I knew as well. So like I was like, oh fuck this, I'm gonna go get another drink. So I went to the bar, come back, and a stripper had sat in my seat. So I just like stood there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
Loitered.
excuse me, you know what I mean? I just sat there, and she was talking to this guy I work with, and whatever. And then she saw me stood next to her, so I think she must have thought I was like queuing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Me next.
Yeah, got any time, Lord?
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want to dance. So she turns to me and goes, "Do you like to party?" And obviously, to me, that means house party. Let's watch who. I'll go downstairs on a fucking skateboard. Yeah, let's rip 20 fucking.
Doesn't that
punk
mean do you do
IPAs.
drugs?
Do you like to party?
Doesn't that
I think it
mean-
means a lot of things.
I don't know. Do you
I
like-
always
Yeah, I think
presume
it
if
means-
someone says, "Do you party?" I think that's them saying, "Do you want to go do a line or something?"
I know,
like
yeah.
I
but-
think. Do you like party tricks? Would be more
that. Party
Yeah,
tricks.
yeah, yeah.
drugs. Yeah. Do you like party tricks?
My mate, just side note, just very quickly. My mate
Yeah.
Crotty was in the toilet of a bar once, and someone was selling drugs in there. He was like, "Do you want any sweets?" He was like, "Have you got any Haribo?"
yeah.
Nice.
But back to your story.
But yeah, so I always said yeah because I
You
was
like to
just
party?
I like to party in the way
Not
that
with
I
drugs.
understand party, not with drugs. I like to have
a
fun
good
with my
time.
friends and drink some brews. But like, so she just grabbed me, took me back, danced, and I was there. I was like, I really didn't want this. But then like, there was no point I felt like really comfortable
end
to
it.
be like, I didn't mean I wanted to dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was halfway there, and then I got back, and then all the proper greasy dudes I worked with were just like, oh no, what was it? I was like, what was that? A waste of 40 quid.
40 quid.
40 quid.
Fucking hell.
Is there
And
like
then
a HR department that you can complain to?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
Can
want
I
the
get my money
refund.
back?
I've still got the receipt. But
Yeah.
was
I
ages
haven't
ago.
got a stripper story, but I've got 3 prostitute stories.
Nice. Go on.
One, all of them while I was travelling.
On yourself.
I've never slept with a prostitute.
Okay,
I
okay.
want to
Okay.
stress that immediately.
Right, I thought that's what you were going
No,
for.
no. Like I would
right,
again. I've got nothing against prostitutes. If you're in the industry, crack on. But like, I wouldn't want to sleep with someone who didn't want to sleep with me.
where were you when you?
So the first one was in Thailand.
Hang on, is this travelling?
Yeah.
Sonny! Who? Who the fuck is Sonny? Oh, shit! Sonny's been travelling.
There you go.
Nice. Nice.
Segue. Go on.
So first one was in Thailand. I can't remember most of this story. I just remember playing pool with a prostitute. I didn't know she was a prostitute to start off with, and then she offered me her services. I was like, dude, I just want to play pool. And she'd been hustling me because I was winning loads. And as soon as she knew I wasn't going to fuck her, she destroyed me at pool. At pool.
Really?
Yeah.
Just playing it easy on you.
Like genuinely, like, we were playing pool.
hell.
We were playing for like a couple of hours in this bar. Like, 'cause I was traveling alone, right? So I'm just at this bar on this island in Thailand, and I was you just go to the table, you put your money down, you start playing and stuff like that. And yeah, so I started playing with this girl, and her brother was with her.
Nice. Keep it in the family.
Yeah, right. And he was like, "No, she'll do good for you. She's got good money." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not gonna fuck your sister."
That's if someone's offering you sex and their guarantor is their brother.
Their brother.
Yeah, that's odd.
No.
Maybe no.
No. The second one
My
was
sister can suck your dick off.
right. The second one was also in Thailand, and it was 5 years ago today because it came from my memories today. I got the boat from said island to the mainland.
Sorry, one more thing. I just thought of her brother going, right, I'd fuck her, but
But I can't.
I'm skint.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, I fucked her already. She's great.
Yeah, she's great.
Recommend you.
She gave me freebie. It was
Yeah.
Christmas, wasn't it?
Chris.
But the second one, so I'd gone to, I was going to Phuket to meet a couple of my mates.
Say
who-
it properly.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck
I was
it.
going to fuck it. And I got the boat to a place. I'd left Ben and Ran.
Better run.
Because they'd come out, and I'd carried on traveling. I'd only been there like Thailand for like 2 weeks, I think, at this point. And I stopped at this port called Ceremonies, and I didn't have like a SIM card or anything that worked there, so I had to find a restaurant with Wi-Fi. Some kid made my pizza for me. I was trying to like find a way to get to Phuket, and I couldn't get there, so I was like looking for hostels and hotels around, and they were all really low rate. There was one with like a 5.4 rating. You don't ever go for anything below 8 when you're traveling, just because it's a fucking hole.
Out of what?
10.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So it's
okay.
on like the Hostel World app. There's one hostel with a 5.4. So I put a status up about it saying, if I die tonight, tell my mum I love her, because this place was sketchy. I go eventually, like I'm there till like 11 o'clock. I book the rooms, can't find anywhere else. I walk over there and I can't find, like it doesn't exist. It must exist because it got a 5.4 rating. So someone must have survived it, right?
Yeah.
And there's just prostitutes fucking everywhere. Not fucking everywhere,
I was going to say that.
just
There was
everywhere.
a lot of prostitutes.
Yeah, but there's
Plying
no
their trade.
there's no other tourists around. It's a port town. Like that's all it is. It's not catered for tourism at all. So I'm walking back to try and find a hotel somewhere. And I'm like, asking,
There's no tourists, but there is a lot of
but
prostitutes.
yeah. So I'm assuming they're
They'll be
I
fucking
think
all the
that'd
sailors,
be-
wouldn't they?
Yeah, sailors.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah,
that's
so-
what happens in
okay.
this country, like truckers
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So at one point, these 2 dogs chased me down the street, and I didn't know what to do because I've got a huge backpack on my back as well. And there were two tourists walking the way down the street. They see me looking like this, running out of a road, going, "Don't go down there." And they're like, "Fuck that then." If he's saying don't go down there, we ain't going down there.
Yeah.
And like, when 2 dogs are chasing you don't know what. Like, do I run? Will they run after me? Do I kick it? Like, what do I do? So I was just walking down the street, going, "No, no" to these dogs.
God.
I found a hotel. Well, I was asking these prostitutes for directions, and they're like, "We don't speak English." I'm like, "I'm sure if I was like, can you blow me, you would." But I found this hotel. I went in there, And I was like, I need a room for the night. And this woman put a menu in front of me, and it was just like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. I was like, oh no, for the night. And she's like, oh, sorry, flip the menu over. So basically, it was a halfway house for prostitutes.
Jesus.
So you can pay for the room and then take.
So
a
the was it 5.5 star? Was it?
This one was a 5.6. The hotel was. I found it online afterwards. The hostel that I couldn't find was 5.4.
So was the rating not on the hospitality maybe of the?
Just I think everything about it. So I went to my room. The lift was broke. I had to walk up 4 flights to get to my room and got to the top, and it was like the door was held on by a bathroom latch. Yeah. That was the lock. And you can see all the other padlocks on the door that have been kicked off over time.
Yeah.
There was a mesh window at the top which had been cut out with a knife. And footprints on the door. So I literally...
Sleep well.
I had a shower. I got fully dressed. I slept with my backpack next to me with one eye open. I slept for 3 hours. And then I woke up and just waited in the street because I was like, fuck. I heard 3 screams that night as well.
Yeah.
And not like sexy screams, but like I'm being murdered screams.
Yeah.
So that was my second experience. And my third one, I was in Romania by myself in 2019, and I was in Bucharest, the capital, and went out with some people from my hostel, and I got smashed and lost them all, and then ended up talking to this woman. There's like a street where everyone just drinks in the street, but you go get your beers in the bars. So I was outside talking to this woman, and she was, there's a really good club around the corner. Do you want to go? I was like, let me go and find everyone. Couldn't find anyone, so I went with her. It's only like literally around the corner. We go in there, and there's a blonde woman in there who's like hitting on me. I'm just like, I'm not interested. And she's like, oh no, you should fuck her. Like, she's really good. And I'm like, oh, you're a prostitute. And she's like, oh no, I'm not a prostitute. I'm an event organizer. I'm like, what's the event? My penis and her vagina. I'm like, no.
She was just like, yeah.
Yeah, literally, right?
Yes, it
and
is.
the thing is, she kept getting drinks. So she was like, I'll get these, don't worry about it. So she got a bunch of drinks. And at this point, I'm like, look, she's cool. I'll hang out with her. But I was like, very clear, I'm not paying for sex. Like, I'm not going to fuck. And she's like, well, how about me then? I was like, I thought you weren't a prostitute. And she's like, no, but I like you. And I'm like, cool. So you want to fuck me for free then? Oh, no, you have to pay for it. I'm like, so you're a prostitute.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
no, even so, I don't want to fuck anyone. I just want to get drunk and dance somewhere, right? Which is like 90% of my night out.
I've got a prostitute story.
Okay, I'm nearly finished.
Okay. I thought you were winded now.
No, so I am winding down. So in the end, I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm just going to leave. So I go to leave, and the guy's like, oh no, you have to pay for your drinks. I'm like, oh no, she was getting the drinks. And he's like, no, you have to pay for your drinks. Romania is really cheap. And I think he was like, it's like £120. I had like 4 drinks or something. I was like, I'm not paying that much. Like I haven't got that much money on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave him like 40 quid, the equivalent of in euros, just to kind of like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Left. And that's the last thing I remember. And then it was about 6 a.m. I was in a shopping mall. I had like a vest on, so I was wearing like a Nirvana t-shirt. That was gone. I always have like a bandana around my wrist. That was gone. And literally, it's hammering down with rain. And I've like, you know, like in a computer game where someone's just like waiting for you to move them. I was basically buffering.
Yeah.
In a shopping mall, just stood up and like my brain just came back online. I was like, where the fuck am I? Couldn't get out. And then some guy came to walk in to go to the ATM in there, saw me by the door and just ran away. And I let myself out. My phone was dead. I still had everything on me. I had my wallet, I had my phone, I had my cigarettes, and just started walking north based on where the sun was, because I knew I'd headed south into the city from where my hostel was. It took me 2 hours to walk back. And like, I didn't realize I didn't have a t-shirt on until the bus drove past. I saw my reflection. I was like, why am I only wearing a vest? Like, where's my t-shirt? And I still have no idea what happened. It took me 2 hours to get back to the hostel. And everyone who I was with the night before were like, yeah, you just disappeared. And I was like, yeah, I got drunk with a prostitute. And they're like, did you? I was like, no. They're like, yeah, you did. I was like, I wouldn't tell you that much and then not tell you that I fucked her.
Yeah.
And I genuinely do think that maybe they spoke to me, but I left before
anything could happen with
it kicked in. And then, because I literally, there's about 4 or 5 hours that night, I just have no memory of it all.
Fucking hell.
And
man.
then I slept
That's
for like
scary
8
shit,
hours.
That is.
And had to drive to Cluj, which is like in the north. So I had a 10-hour drive after it and just fucking floored. I drove that car like I stole it.
I think you were quite lucky.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I'm glad I left when I left, because fuck knows what would have happened otherwise.
There was when I was in Bournemouth, and when you had to have a mask to go in a shop.
Yeah.
The missus had gone in Tesco, and we had one mask between us, and I was waiting outside of the Tesco.
You didn't stretch it across both your faces then?
No, I just walked like really close. Yeah. But no, so there was I want after your story, I want to call this man the event organizer.
Okay.
Right. And with him, the event. And and then with both of them, a client who was very quiet, and obviously just wanted to get his grip. So they sent him into the Tesco's after giving him quite a list of things that they wanted him to get, like, you know, so, you know, booze, food, you know, all of this. Lube. And so he went in, and then, like, I was kind of stood there just like fucking, because they were very loud and very engaging with anyone walking past. And I was stood there, and she was going, I want this. Will he get me that? Will he get me it? And like the geezer, quite a voice, the voice of a heroin user. He was going, yeah, he'll get you anything you want. Go and ask him. Like, he was going. So she fucked off in the shop to, you know, put a request in. And
as you do.
The guy turned to me and just started going, she's naughty, like, over and over again. And I was just really fucking scared, going, look, mate, I don't care. I don't want to know how misbehaved she is, but I'm not going to discipline her.
Yeah.
But it did scare me a bit. I was a bit fucking on edge about that.
Yeah.
As you would be.
The only experiences I've had with prostitutes, not myself, but around prostitutes.
So I love how we all get immediately defensive. Like, having a sex with the prostitute.
No, I just want to clarify.
Because Alfie
I've fucked loads of prostitutes.
just context. But anyway, so a few years back, I was in Amsterdam with my ex, and whenever we went out into the city,
that just reminded me of a story. We carry on.
Well, we were always like, right, we're not going to look at maps. We're just going to get lost, because Amsterdam's not that big. You know, you can walk around it in a day. So the only way we knew around was by architecture. Like, right, I remember the look of that pointy building, so we'll head back to that, which is such. And we were in one area, and we're like, oh, we're definitely like as far as we can go now. We should probably start heading back. So we started walking back, and just see this crowd going into this one street, like a big fucking crowd. So like, oh, something's obviously going on down there. We'll go have a look. Started walking down, got in there, and we were too involved in the crowd to turn back, and it was the red light district. And it was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen, because it's just obviously the whole fucking street full of doors, windows, all this going on, and there's just like girls in the windows like enticing you in, and I was like, I'm not going to make eye contact, because I feel like once I've made eye contact, that's like, come in, you
like,
made eye contact, like
Medusa.
come in. Yeah, literally, like,
yeah.
I'm going to pull you in, like, I'm already charging you for looking at me, sort of thing. So I was like, keep my fucking head down, keep my head down. But it was just mad
if they were just all kind of like someone, one of them was doing the thumb trick.
Like, there could have been a fucking unicorn in a window, and I was like, I ain't gonna fucking miss looking. But it was just mad how nonchalantly people were walking in and out.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, it was just absolutely. And the red light district is a good idea, because it's a safe place,
right?
Right?
Yeah.
But it was just mad, because I've never experienced anything like that before, and I was like, you know, you think of prostitutes and you think filthy or a bit demeaning, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. But this was just such a normal fucking thing.
It's regulated, like, that's why.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm in a fucking film or something. Like, it's just so mad how people were calmly like, oh yeah, I'm just going to pop in there for a quick fuck, and I'll meet you over there. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing. Like,
yeah, when I went to Bruges, not in Bruges, it was in Brussels, in Belgium, and they've got a red light district there, and I didn't know. So I was with my mates Danny and Jim, and we're walking down the street, and it's quite a narrow street as well, and same kind of things. They're red lights, full, huge windows, and the first one we walked past, there was a black woman in there in lingerie, so she's being all sexy for Danny, and then Jim walks past, she's being all sexy for him. She sees me and literally recoils from the window and screams. And I'm like, I know I'm weird, but dude, honestly, like, my self-esteem that day was like, when a prostitute screams at you because you look weird, it's not great for your ego.
no, fucking hell.
No.
I feel like we spoke about prostitutes.
She was like, immediately afterwards, she was like trying to get me in. I'm like, no, you scream. I mean, I wouldn't anyway, but like, you screamed at me, I'm not going to fuck you.
I hope she jumped into another prostitute's arms like Scooby-Doo. And she went, zoinks!
Zoinks.
I'd love that.
Yeah, it wasn't a great day for me.
Prostitutes.
Yeah.
Prostitutes, there you go. That's the
That was
prostitute.
a lengthy conversation on prostitutes.
It really was, actually. Started with strippers, just cut.
Yeah.
But no, it's
bottom line, by all means, we're not bashing.
No, I do.
As we've just established, none of them have bashed
we're very
us,
pro sex workers.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, that was a good joke.
What was that?
None of us have
We've
bashed
just
a prostitute.
established it.
Honestly,
We've
the
never
only reason I
bashed.
wouldn't sleep with a prostitute is because I don't want to sleep with someone who doesn't want to sleep with me.
I'm
If I'm
just not-
paying
I'm
you
just
for
not
it,
interested.
you're not doing it because you think I'm
Yeah.
hot. You're doing it because of the transaction. And I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. It's not
Yeah.
for me. It's not for me.
Roots of desperation.
Mm.
Yeah.
You okay? You're shaking.
I'm fucking cold,
It's
mate. Like, my
so
toes are cold.
freezing.
Oh,
My
nice
toes
and
are
toasty
cold.
I am.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I got my comfies on.
I did want to talk about. I'm just going to edge into it quickly because my rage about it's past as the day's gone on anyway, and now we've been talking about prostitutes and stripper stories.
Yeah.
It's probably just a good time to get it out. But good time to get it out.
Is there anything to do with it?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Different
Completely
segue.
segueing, yeah. So 2 days ago, there was Carl Rittenhouse, who you all probably know about by now.
Yep.
Last year, there was a Black Lives Matter protest because there was a guy called Jacob Blake, who was 29 years old, in Wisconsin, who was shot by the police 4 times in the back and 3 times in the side on the 23rd of August. The police were after him for a domestic incident. I think he had a warrant out for his arrest anyway, but he was literally opening the car door when the police pulled him over and they shot him, and he's paralysed. So protests happened, and then riots happened, and then a kid who was from Illinois, not even from the state, thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an AR-15 assault rifle, drive there to protect a gas station. No, a car dealership was what his argument was. People have obviously seen a dude with a
It's very specific, isn't it?
right, you know what I mean? Like he's gone to protect this business. There's loads of footage of him there as well.
Protect it from whom?
From rioters.
Okay.
Just a fan of Cadillacs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it wasn't his business. He has no
Yeah.
association. He's not from the state. He crossed
Yeah.
state lines, which is illegal to do with
Either that, or
firearms.
he had a dream where the eagles from Lord of the Rings were swooping down and taking
Yeah.
Subarus.
Which wasn't happening. All the Subarus, to my knowledge, were safe.
Yeah.
All the other cars,
Thank God.
gone, but the Subarus
Thank
were
God.
fine.
Thank
People
God.
knew they weren't at that level.
Yeah.
But he ended up shooting one guy initially, killing him.
Was it a person of colour as well?
No, so
No.
all the people he shot were white.
Okay.
But I think the only people that were approaching him were white.
Right. Okay.
So, like, I'm not saying that his intention wasn't to kill black people, but the people that he did kill were white. So the
Okay.
first guy went over to him, tried to disarm him, he killed them. Then more people kind of like, he just shot someone, he starts running away. Another dude who's a skater went up to him, hit him with a skateboard, and he shot him in the chest. He died, and everyone just backs up off him. And then he shot another guy in the arm who didn't die, but obviously he shot him, and then walked straight past the police with his hands up with a fucking AR-15 assault rifle strapped to him, and the police just let him walk through.
That's
And he's
fucking
been
nuts.
found. So I took a screenshot of what his
His statement
charges were.
All right.
So this happened in 10 minutes. So it's from 11:49 to 11:59. So his charges were first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree reckless endangering safety ×2, first-degree intentional homicide, attempted first-degree intentional homicide, possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18, and failure to comply with an emergency order from state or local governments. And all charges were not guilty.
What?
What
Every
the
charge.
fuck?
But there's
Hang on, how did they get
evidence
past
of-
the one?
He's
that-
underage with
He's
a gun.
underage with a
Like,
gun.
it was
Because he
dismissed.
is,
He is.
and he is.
Yeah. But
How
every
do you-
single charge,
and he still killed somebody.
he still killed somebody.
How many people did he kill?
2 people.
Two
Killed
people.
2 people.
2 people.
Shot 3 people, killed 2 of them.
Fucking hell, man.
And it's like, with all the shit when people say like, oh no, race isn't a thing and all lives matter and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you know, the amount of people in America who've been killed, like Tamir
There's a
Rice
lot.
was 12 years old and got shot in the back for having a toy gun. This dude had a fucking assault rifle, killed 2 people. People are literally saying to the police, he's walking past them, he's just shot someone, and the police are like, cool, we've got other shit to deal with right now. And it's like, that's the fucking world we live in.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
I don't know what to say.
the thing is,
about
that's
it,
going to
man.
make things worse because then there's going to be riots and shit against
And
that.
it's not even that now. If you're a white dude, it's like, well, I can just go and shoot someone and say self-defense and I'll
Yeah.
get off with it.
Well, it
'Cause, like, he
happens
got away
fucking all
with
the
it.
time.
yeah,
dude.
it gives people
Yeah.
a motive now.
Like
or-
the fact that this dude has, and the worst thing is, like, Biden came out and was like, you know, I believe in the justice system and it's been served, and it's kind of, this dude has literally just got away with murder.
I did see there was a picture of him leaving with a fucking grin on his face.
Yeah.
because
Did
he
you see him
fucking
crying?
knows. No,
Dude, honestly, it was like the most awful attempt of someone's, like, have you seen it?
Yeah.
What's this?
Crocodile tears.
When he was in, 'cause, like, the case lasted like I think 19 days, and at one point he was making a statement and he's just like crying
Yeah.
on the stand. And honestly, I'm just like, dude, like, you can see he's bullshitting.
It's
There's no remorse.
Yeah.
What was he saying? All accidental.
No, he's
And-
saying it was self-defense, and he still stands
Right.
by that. So he's saying what he did was purely in self-defense. Cool, but don't put yourself in that situation.
So did
Just fucking
Even if
stay
that's
at
your
home.
argument, don't drive across state line with a fucking AR-15.
because there's intent, isn't there?
Yeah,
Right.
it's
The
just-
fact that he's taken a gun to go protect something
A
is
car
like,
dealership.
Yeah,
like
that isn't yours.
The thing is though,
You have no association
That's
with
mental,
it. It's
yeah.
not even in your fucking. That's like me driving to fucking Newcastle to look after a random car dealership and
Yeah.
shooting someone.
Yeah.
If that was his actual intent to go protect his car dealership, right, and he just wanted to scare people with a gun, then why is it loaded?
Right.
You know, the fact that he's got bullets in there means that he's willing to shoot
Intent,
somebody
yeah.
if shit goes down.
It's just an opportunistic fucking weird little
Yeah,
freak.
exactly. He's
But it
going,
took a
going
fucking
where
toy
there's-
gun. There's
But the
toy guns
worst
that look
part
like real
is
guns,
The
you know.
system has empowered people now to think that that's okay.
Well, no, even worse than that, the system is you can fucking go and buy some butter and also buy a fucking fully automatic
Well, yeah, there's
gun
that
from
as
the
well.
same shop. So any
Yeah.
kind of weird little opportunistic cunt's gonna buy something.
And it's like the amount of women who are in prison in America because they like defended themselves against domestic abuse. So if your husband's coming at you and you shot him, why are you in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
don't
absolutely.
fucking
Why are
need
you
a
in
gun.
prison for like
No one needs a gun.
No, we
you don't
don't.
need a gun. Guns are fucking cool to shoot cans and stuff with. And like, yeah, it's a cool bit of fucking machinery. Other than that, if you've got any kind of obsession with them, you need to put it on a fucking register.
But as far as that goes, air rifles, you know, rather than using a real gun to go shoot
Yeah,
cans,
it's
air
like-
rifles or fucking.
Like anyone, like people that are obsessed with like weapons and guns and shit. You're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, why?
It's a weird thing. It's a strange thing. I think, especially in this country, you just see more people with like, why have you got 3 different sizes of samurai sword in your fucking
Yeah, yeah. It's just a bit weird, isn't it?
like?
And they're all in like they're all in like
don't-
the first room that you walk into in the house. So if you're saying that they're for self-defense, then if
Yeah,
a burglar's
wife-
walking into your house,
yeah.
they're
Are
going,
you-
oh fucking hell, sword, then
Yeah.
rob your house.
Are you friends with 3 very differently sized samurais, and you're just looking after them?
There was a couple of dudes at the bar I used to work at who had like loads of knives and stuff like that. And they showed me
Why?
photos. I'm just like, why? I like collecting them. I'm like, you're fucking
Yeah.
weird. Like, I 100% would not leave my pets around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
you're
got,
one of those people.
I got given a knife off a friend of mine for my birthday, and I was like, I don't need a knife, but appreciate the gift. Fine, thank you. It's on my shelf.
If you had
Away.
a knife
Don't touch
or a sword for display,
You don't need
cool.
a sword, man.
No.
No, but if you had one for display, even
Why do you want to
Yeah.
display a sword?
just in case zombies happen, right? That's my head.
To be
That's
fair,
in my head. I'm like, get a sword for
I
zombies.
went to someone's house and I went, oh, we've got a cellar, and I went down and looked at it, and within 5 seconds I was like, I found a sword. And then I was kind of like,
What the fuck? We're not in fucking the Middle Ages. We don't need swords.
I know, I don't think they'd just moved in.
Just get
It
a
was
taser
like-
off Wish or something.
It
Like,
was
I'd
a-
rather have a sword.
It's not
Nah.
like they went, we've got a new
I want a
house,
sword.
it needs a sword. It's like
Yeah, what's this house
they,
missing?
they bought a house and there was a sword already in it.
okay, fair.
Oh, okay.
And then I think, then you're like,
you keep it for the story.
what do I do with a
Yeah,
sword?
you keep it for the story then.
Because you can't bin it. You can't just chuck it in a bin. Can you? Just
no, you
chuck
could-
it
you
in
could say-
general waste.
Contact the police, I wouldn't you? And just be like,
So
Yeah,
what
yeah,
just do
yeah.
is I'm
house,
trying to get
there's
some
a
snacks
sword
out your
here.
bin and just slices his arm
Yeah,
off with
yeah,
his
yeah.
sword.
The trouble is though, you've got to be careful with that kind of shit, because just imagine if that sword was ever used for a crime
Yeah.
and
It's
you
yours,
found it,
yeah.
and then something pops up in evidence.
think
and
I
they're
said
like, oh,
before
let's go
about when
back
I
and
was-
check this house.
When I
and
went to
find that
America,
sword.
like
It
some-
would look really weird though if you'd put the sword in the bin. I mean, that just makes me laugh anyway.
yeah.
But
Especially if it's too
because-
tall, it's just sticking
yeah,
out.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you recycle a sword?
No.
I don't
No,
know.
there's metal in it.
Yeah, but you can't just send it to like a regular. You have to call some motherfuckers
Not
up.
an
and be like, I've got a
aluminium
sword.
Stick it in
Yeah,
a blue
but
If you put it in a bin and
Stick it in the
some
blue bin.
fucking, like, you know, when I was a kid, I used to go fucking skip diving because it was cool. Like,
Yeah.
oh, fucking someone's chucking shit away.
Yeah,
Like, if
yeah,
you did
yeah.
something like that and some kid finds a fucking sword in the bin,
But if you put the sword in the bin and you thought, right,
King Arthur.
if anyone
King Arthur.
finds this,
That's not how the story went.
King Arthur was
different
like,
time.
oh, fucking hell, there's a
yeah.
cycling bin here. Now I'm fucking King
if you think that, like, just in case this is ever found and used to do a murder,
To do a murder.
get a murder done, right, I'm gonna wipe it of all my fingerprints. But then if it's found, you'll be like, did you put this in the bin? And go, yeah. Look, why hasn't
Right,
it got
the
any of your
fingerprint, yeah.
fingerprints on it? That's a bit strange.
Yeah.
I think like if
Why
you,
wouldn't you just put it in the bin?
if you think
But
about
then again, you look weird then.
Yeah.
if you think about the kind of people that own guns or air rifles or swords,
Weapons.
or not, yeah, for collecting purposes. If you close your eyes, you can imagine exactly what they look like.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ponytail with
chapter 26. That-
Greasy
that's- yeah,
ponytail with fucking
Yeah.
Balls on the
Avengers
top.
stickers on
People
their
who
fucking-
use the dark web and like tell people about it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh, do you want
Yeah,
to see this
yeah.
video of this guy getting murdered?
Yeah, no,
No, I would fucking do
We're
not.
always all right.
I went to a mate's. His mum and dad had gone. It was like, we were about 18, 19. Went to a mate's. His folks had like gone away for the week or whatever. He was like, "Come over. We'll all have a party. We'll get pissed as you do. You know what I mean? You all crash there, don't you?"
Yeah.
So like usually it's like, oh, you got bring something because everyone's got a fucking bed. The sofas are taken and the beds are taken or whatever. Bring something. So there was one of these geezers that I know who brought a. No, he didn't bring anything. But my mate, the only thing my mate who lived there had was a blow up sleeping bag combo with Lisa Simpson on the front, and the guy that slept in there had brought a kosh with him, and I was like, "Why have you brought a fucking kosh?" And he went, "You never know." I was like, "Well, you never know what.
Yeah.
You never know what. You're not.
those who
I know the girl.
what
The
kosh
girl
is, like a
guys who are like
truncheon.
always be prepared, but like for everything, like
Yeah.
not for every eventuality. You're
You've
fine.
got a kosh on you. I'm always prepared to get arrested,
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case someone searches me and finds a fucking kosh.
I have got an axe in my car, but
Dude, you can't be a fucking hypocrite and say.
no, wait. Let me finish my fucking
It's
story.
not a war axe.
Yeah, dude, it's
It's
not
a
like
wood axe.
What's a wood axe?
It's to chop wood from when I
Okay.
went camping.
I was going to say,
He's
you
got
got
a
no
Warhammer
tyres or a
prop in
fucking
his
axe.
I mean, I've also got a skateboard, fucking football boots, and a rock climbing chalk bag in there as well.
I always have a skateboard in my car, but
I'm covered for all eventualities.
Which a skateboard could be used just as much as a weapon.
are they
You
not classed
smack
as a
someone over the
weapon
head.
on airlines, skateboards?
I think so, yeah, because
Are
I think
they?
you either have to take it apart or put it at the bottom of luggage.
I reckon
or-
I could hijack a plane with a skateboard.
If you smack someone over the head with a fucking
Don't say I'm
truck,
too brown for you to say that
Like-
next to me again.
the logistics of it is, right, it's a fucking heavy piece of metal. If you smack someone over the head with it, they're fucked. If you had the trucks themselves, you could fucking stab someone with the axles.
I
if
don't
you
mean to
fucking
pass
get them hard
judgment,
enough.
but if I'm thinking of like a generic
Yeah, right.
cabin crew, I reckon I could knock them all out with a skateboard.
You can knock fucking anyone
No,
out
I
with a
think-
skateboard. Like,
I think they've got.
I want to
some...
stress, as a brown person on this podcast, we are not. Nobody on this podcast is going to try to hijack a fucking aeroplane with any weapons, be it skateboards or otherwise.
no, it's.
I
what's
reckon
the
I'll
word?
try it.
It's
Don't
looking,
arrest me. Like honestly, he said it.
it's looking at
No
the
part in
possibilities
this.
of what somebody could do if they were desperate enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a hashtag. Seriously, like,
I've
make my
seen
life
Blood
easier.
Red Sky recently on Netflix, and they do it. They hijack a plane, but only because they end up being vampires.
Can we stop talking about hijacking planes while I'm here?
Can I go for a
You're
piss?
not a
Oh
vampire.
my god, we're like, yeah, go on. We'll be back in a minute.
Thank you.
Back in a minute.
3 hours later.
And we're back.
Welcome
back.
Right, we're gonna go with the jingle. Another jingle. Right.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart's Houseboat. It's Alfie's Top 10 of the Week. Sponsored by Durex.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay, so
Was that
my-
Patrick Stewart's houseboat?
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, as you heard, Alfie's Top 10 of the Week today, brought to you by Jimmy Hats.
Go, Alfie.
I don't know how long we can keep saying fucking actual companies' names for sponsoring by.
Well,
It's fine.
they're not,
Shit's
are they?
They're
Well, the
unofficially
last one was
sponsoring
shortbread,
us.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, shortbread, which
Okay,
is just
so-
a food.
I've been thinking, after the release of Adele's 30 album, I don't think that there's a single person on this planet that doesn't like Adele. You're wrong. And but then I was also thinking about music
Yes, you
artists.
Yes, you do.
I don't mind Adele as a human, but I don't like her music.
That music's
No.
fucking sick, mate.
I haven't heard it.
And there's certain artists in the world that everyone likes and no one doesn't like, I think. And I've got a list of 4.
Potentials. Okay, go on.
Oh,
Adele,
No.
Queen,
No.
no.
Prince,
Yes.
Bob Marley.
Yes. Yeah, I do like Bob and Prince. I'm ambivalent on Queen.
Oh, you mean no one doesn't like them?
I feel like everyone likes Queen.
I'm
Yeah.
not a massive. You
I'm
know
not.
this about me.
I know, which is why I thought like Bob Marley and Prince are like quite a safe
Prince?
bet.
would you go as far as to say though that you might not necessarily like the artist, but you like the band? Because I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm an Adele fan. I wouldn't put her music on, but if I hear it, I'll be like, it's not a bad song.
I've
I
never.
think she's talented, but just I don't listen to a lot of like female
Okay, so look,
singer-songwriters, but Adele's never really.
Adele's fucking great, man. But
I'm not saying you're not allowed to
no,
like
yeah,
her.
yeah, no,
Like,
but
crack
like
on.
it's people that maybe not necessarily that everyone likes, but artists and bands that no one hates.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I've never met one person that's like fucking Queen is shit. Like I've never met anyone like that, and I've never met anyone that's like, oh, fucking Adele shit or Prince is
I
really
honestly
shit.
can't think of one.
I don't think I've ever met anyone that has thought that Creedence Clearwater Revival is shit.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they're big enough to fall into that category.
So
They
I
probably were.
So I googled it.
I don't know anyone that hates the Doors.
I
No.
do. My mum don't like the Doors.
Oh, okay then.
But this is what I use my mum as a thing because she fucking hates everyone, or any musician. But I googled it and I put musician or artists / bands that everyone loves, and it came up with the top 10 artists like ever right now, and the list was really weird.
Like
So who would you think is the
current
current artist ever?
Billie Eilish.
No,
It's a tough one. Bruno Mars?
no, he's not even in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be Bruno Mars is bangs.
Well, I heard a song from him today. I think it's Smoking Out the Window.
Have you heard his new stuff?
There's a fucking
Post
cool
Malone.
Pack.
Post Malone was like 49 or something like that. Basically, it's Rihanna.
Really?
Okay.
But
I don't mind Rihanna.
But I don't think she's released anything in fucking.
Yeah,
I don't know,
maybe-
for a while,
while,
Maybe
but-
it's just like, people like her that much that they're constantly listening to her stuff, so it's pushed.
I don't mind Rihanna.
I like
but number,
Rihanna's stuff for Kanye, especially. Is like
number
dope.
2 was fucking Drake.
I only know Hotline Bling.
Drake is the fucking worst rapper of our generation. How the fuck he's number 2 on the
Yeah,
most?
fair.
Well, he is popular, but like,
Is that the guy that Harry Potter doesn't like in the Harry Potter film?
Oh, that's Draco Malfoy.
Oh, sorry.
I did not get that reference.
But yeah, it was really weird because I was scrolling down the list and it was like,
Who else is in it?
I'll have to get it up, but it was Rihanna,
Do you want me to tickle
Drake,
it?
and then fucking Kanye, I think.
No,
It's like-
loads. I
understand
love
Kanye
Kanye,
being
but
that.
Yeah, but
loads of people hate him.
Doing that.
Like more people that I know hate him.
Okay, so it's
Doesn't
Rihanna.
like him.
Oh my god, number fucking 3. Number 3 is the worst band
Jesus.
of all time.
Is it
Fact, scientific fact.
You
is
too.
it Imagine Dragons?
Coldplay.
Coldplay.
Is it actually?
What? No.
Coldplay, then Eminem. And then the second
He's
worst
not
band
really
of all
relevant.
time, Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Then Ed
What?
Sheeran, which
I
is
fucking hate Ed Sheeran.
which
God.
is fucking coma inducing. Then it's
I
Kanye.
love Kanye.
Then Bruno Mars.
I like
And then
Bruno Mars. So angry.
Oh.
it's U2. at
I
number
love
9.
YouTube. Yes.
Sonny, can I ask you?
There's not a lot of them are really relevant.
Hold on,
are
let me
they?
just get to number 10.
Yes.
Number 10 is Adele. So that is the top 10 artists of most popular artists worldwide.
Currently.
Yeah.
Adele might
Yeah.
bump up after.
Yeah, but that's
the album
popular in
release,
terms
so-
of like sales and stuff. That's not popular in terms of people liking them.
Will it be listens, streams, all that?
Yeah, it'll be like an
Yeah, which means
accumulation
people
of-
like them.
Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
people like them. People like fucking.
Maroon 5 and Coldplay.
But it only take like people
And
could
Ed
like
Sheeran are
like
above.
specific songs, but not the artist. So it could be, if
That's
one
very
song,
true.
one song is
Can I just say
constantly.
some artists that U2, Maroon 5 and Coldplay are above. Kendrick Lamar, arguably the greatest rapper of our generation. Chili Peppers, they're good.
I want to say J. Cole.
Imagine
Well, technically, you could say anyone because they're quite high up. So you
Oh,
could
yeah.
literally say 80s Matchbox Being on Disaster
Yeah.
or Fugazi.
yeah, no, but like
Which is
I'm
a shame.
talking like fucking good people that are like
Pitbull's number 30. What?
Pitbull's 36.
Fuck that.
Mumford and
older than
Sons, 38. Just below Mumford and Sons, Muse, who aren't a great band.
Green
but
Day
they're a
at
lot better than-
37.
They're a lot
Yeah.
better than fucking Mumford and fucking
Black Eyed
Sons.
Oh,
Peas.
God.
I've seen Black
I
Eyed-
hate
yeah, just burn your
Muse.
phone.
Muse. I hate Muse.
I hate Muse as well.
I hate Muse.
I'm
with a
trying to think, okay,
passion.
what would be, like, back to your question, what artist isn't hated by everyone? Like, even if it's like, I don't
Marley.
like them, but I respect them, Bob Marley's definitely up there.
Yeah.
I think like everyone loves Bob Marley. Like even people that don't know his songs still know
Yeah.
about him and,
Yeah.
and the whole like movement.
There's a
and
lot
stuff.
more people that hate Beatles.
Sinatra?
Sinatra's the one because Sinatra isn't someone that everybody either likes or dislikes, but he's just there. Like you hear a Sinatra song, you're like, oh,
I like
this is alright,
Sinatra.
innit?
It gives me Nancy vibes
What?
because he's
mean,
old.
He's dead.
Yeah, well,
dead
he's
for
like an
one,
old
yeah.
musician.
He wasn't always, he was young once.
Yeah, no, but any kind of old musician.
Bowie.
gives me-
Bowie's definitely one.
Bowie's
Yeah.
one.
Bowie's
Yeah.
one.
Bowie's probably the highest one, actually.
Do you think?
I don't know anyone that hates Bowie.
Yeah.
I think Bowie
Yeah, I
and
don't
Prince
know
are very
who likes
similar
Bowie.
in
Yeah.
their kind
'Cause
of.
even if people don't like Bowie, you put on Heroes or fucking...
There's
Absolutely.
I think
Rebel.
Bowie's been that like prolific and gone across a lot of genres to
Yeah.
kind of tick everyone's
Yeah, he's
boxes.
reinvented
Yeah,
himself
absolutely.
a lot.
You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
yeah.
So I think that's why.
I think they need to be old or dead for it to be a thing as well.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
You earn
Yeah.
more respect through death as well, like people just naturally do.
yeah.
I don't know how long we're going this week, but
We'll go. Till we need to.
we have a running thing which I was going to bring up in the first three, or one of the first three that we did. But basically, the reason why we started this podcast is because we always sit in the pub literally how this is. How's your week been? And then we start talking about music,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it for about 8 hours
Yeah.
until we're drunk
Except
or
for-
kicked out of the pub.
Except for when we go, hey, up, right, prostitute stories. What have you got?
So the question that I asked everyone on the night that we decided to make a podcast was, what are your top 5 artists / bands of your life?
You can't
ever?
have both. You have to have bands or artists.
Okay. So top 5
Yeah.
bands or top 5 artists, and I think that's a really fucking difficult question.
No, because we did this, and
I know, yeah, but I have 3, and then the last 2 are always
Yeah.
interchangeable.
See, the problem with this is it personal preference? Is it like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are my favourite 5?
Yeah.
Or is it what do I think are the 5 biggest bands in the
No,
world?
because that's
Your
a whole
favourite
different
song.
question.
Well, let's do
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
Okay, then
Because
so
we know, technically.
Right,
so
We know now.
we know now.
we'll go through the
Personal
table.
preference first.
Personal top 5 bands,
Okay.
or if you want to do artists, whichever one you think.
Mitch, what's your number 1?
Surprising to everybody. I don't think none of you actually know this.
Beatles.
The Rolling Stones.
The Rolling
God.
Stones. Is that new?
Good
Shout,
shout.
yeah.
It's a good shout for number 1.
It is a good
What are you
shout.
saying for number 2?
Black Sabbath.
Good fucking.
I think
Solid.
Sabbath's in all of
Solid.
ours.
Solid.
Number 3, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Doors.
Yeah.
Number 5, Queen.
Brilliant.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
great. That's solid.
was
It's
solid.
solid as
That
fuck.
was solid.
Jenk is going to be, in no particular order, Melvin's.
Yeah.
Black Flag.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go
number
on.
what? Do you have an order, or do you just have 5? that are like-
Well, to me, I don't know. I don't really think so. I think it changes from just what's the name. But basically, as a constant, it's Sabbath, Melvins, Stooges, Black Flag. How many is that? It's 4. isn't it? No.
The 5th one's always the hardest one because
Yeah,
like
fifth one
there's
is
20
hard.
bands that could
I
be the 5th
think
one.
I'm going to go with the Ramones.
I thought
Okay,
you go
great.
That's a good one.
Alf.
So my top 3 never change, and it's Sabbath, Zeppelin, Beatles,
Yeah.
Hendrix. Oh, is it not?
No,
Hendrix Experience.
Yeah, it was a band.
And then
Good save.
God, yeah, but that's a good shout as well.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
That's fucked my list up entirely.
see 5 at the minute.
The band 5.
At the minute, it's 5. No, at the minute, number 5 would be Metallica. Because
What?
all I'm listening to at the minute is Metallica. Oh, the fuck.
I didn't know my voice would go that high.
Dude, I know.
I did not know my voice would go that high.
At the minute, it's Metallica.
No, not at the minute.
Okay. Fuck.
I knew this was going to be hard for him. Me
I
and
listen to
me
so
and
much
Mitch rattled him
fucking
off.
shit. I
Hey,
listen.
fucking Metallica. Right, I'll do mine. Yeah,
Doors.
I was going to say the Doors.
Doors,
Like,
yeah.
okay,
Oh, I don't know, man.
Deftones,
Yeah.
Sabbath, Alice in Chains,
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin. This is the fuck of those. So it's either going to be Hendrix Experience, Doors, or Nirvana, and I'm probably going to go with
Fucking
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
You can change it.
I did think
I'm
We
just
haven't
really
nominated
glad
it.
that U2 is not in that 5.
No, YouTube are probably my top 10. to be fair.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
top 10.
Like Acton Baby's got its 30th year anniversary on Friday. Like just come out, and I'm like just like all about it. 'Cause I fucking love that album. But
I
no, yeah.
reckon-
So Deftones, Alice in Chains, Sabbath, Zeppelin, probably Nirvana, but Doors or Hendrix could easily jump into that at any given day.
Just a quick side one. If you can give, so we just said 5, and imagine there's a 10, like there's 10 bands. What would be one weird one that no one else would expect to be in your top 10? Because I can't be asked to do fucking 10
Yeah,
bands.
yeah,
But like,
okay.
what's one that you wouldn't expect?
As a band.
Yeah.
A respect of yourself. So you wouldn't expect me to like.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect these
Like,
to be in
if you
your
had
top 10.
Aqua in there, like no one
Yeah.
would see that
I
coming.
like Aqua.
Who doesn't like Aqua? It's a great colour.
It's a good colour. I'm not surprised you like him.
I don't like Aqua.
Oh no, it was a.
Let's go
Momoa
back this way
joke.
then. What's one?
Oh, fuck off. I did not get the Aquaman reference then.
What's one band that no one would expect to be in your top 10?
You too, probably.
Yeah.
Like mine probably would be you too.
I remember when you first started, we were in here and we were drinking. I think it might have been Paddy's Day.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was. And
yeah, 'cause
you
you were
said,
playing like loads of Irish music.
yeah. And you said, stick U2 on. And I threw my head back laughing because it was one of the best jokes you've ever said.
Until you realised, I was like,
I
put
looked
U2
at there and you were like, what? And I was like, no, that was really funny. And you were like, no, I love you too.
I want to stress.
And how long have me and you known each other?
Fucking 15 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. Next time I go out, I'll wear my U2 t-shirt.
Oh, don't.
But like, I get why people don't like U2. But I honestly think if you listen to like any album from the 90s or like late 80s, they had bangers.
Bro, there's a couple of songs I like, but then again, if you've written that many songs and I
Chances are
don't
you're gonna
like,
tick a box.
by
Yeah,
odds, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
no, I get that.
But
Is it Slade in yours?
I do love Slade. I don't think they're in the 10.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in. I listen to a lot of stuff that I don't
Anyone know theirs?
I know mine.
Go on.
What's-
And I'm going to get a lot of shit for it, and I'll never live it down. And it's probably about number 10 in that.
know. Oh, go on.
One Direction.
Oh,
Honestly.
In your top 10 bands of all time, One Direction.
One Direction are in there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You've got
number
McFly
10.
in there, definitely.
No, not in my top 10.
Oh, good.
It wouldn't even be in my
Oh,
top 10.
McFly would be
yeah.
in my top 10 as well.
I'm not-
Really?
I have. What? You can't have like that top 5 classic. You had Zeppelin,
Yeah,
Sabbath,
that top
Stones,
5.
Beatles, and
But I feel
Queen,
like when it comes
right?
to 5 and 5, you can separate that because my bottom 5.
No, but it's
would
not
be
bottom
It's
5.
not bottom 5.
It's
It's
top
your
10.
next 5.
Heavier bands as well.
It's top
You
10.
should be disgusted with yourself. You
Oh,
shouldn't.
I'm
Do
not.
what you like what you
I'm
like.
not.
Crack on.
1D.
Go on. What's yours? You thought of the question, so you
But
must
like-
have thought of an answer.
No,
like-
yeah.
Well, you know, not like fucking first, second album one.
I can hear James' brain ticking
I
right
honestly
now.
can't think of anything that I'd be like.
Shocked by.
Yeah.
Anyone would be shocked by. Yeah.
yeah, I think.
You were shocked by that.
I was shocked by that.
I was, yeah. I
Do you
was.
like openly just whack them on?
I haven't listened to them in fucking years, to be honest.
Then how would you put them in your top 10?
Sure, there's
Because when they're on, I'm
9.
like, fucking, I like it.
There's
man.
10 other bands that you've listened to more than them.
All right. So what do we say the top 5 bands of all time across the board?
Sabbath.
Sabbath,
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin, Stones,
Beatles.
Beatles. That top
Stooges.
and Doors.
I think Stooges.
I think Doors.
With that argument, I'll probably push them to 11 then.
Do you know the?
Because it's fucking
do you know
fucking
the,
hell. Because there is more when you say it like
Do you
that.
know Iggy Pop
Not
was a drummer,
Yes.
and he went to watch The Doors, and he saw Jim Morrison, and he went, "Fucking hell, he's shit. I can do better than
Really?
that." And started the Stooges and became the lead singer because he
No
went,
way.
if that fucking dickhead could do it, I can fucking
Morrison
do
was
it.
fucking phenomenal.
And then I'm Iggy all the way. You know this.
Yeah, no, I know you are.
Iggy Pop, man.
But I think
He's a
Jim Morrison was
fucking-
probably the last. Him and Tom Waits, and like a very handful of actually true poets who were. In
Do you
bands.
think?
Yeah,
Bob Dylan.
yeah, Dylan as well. Absolutely. Like, there's only a handful you would say who were like
When
genuine poets who were like frontmen, and I think Morrison definitely is up there.
Yeah.
He did stuff like
Who was up there?
was a young
Jim
woman
Morrison.
from
I thought it was in
Ealing.
Morrissey.
Not Morrissey.
Fucking hell.
Morrissey can go fuck himself.
Oh,
a racist
yes,
piece
he
of
can.
shit.
Weren't Bob Dylan a bit of a poacher though?
Oh, I know.
Didn't
do you
he?
mean?
Didn't he like
Sorry.
steal a lot of shit from other people?
Who's your favourite band?
Stones.
Do you want to ask that question again?
No, but they weren't stealing
Yeah.
shit. They were doing covers of.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
No, but
Because they weren't just covers.
sure-
they,
I'm
they
sure-
stole their entire sound from
I'm
black
sure
people.
I read something where he like somebody came to Bob Dylan with a song that they wrote and he took it and released it as his own.
Oh, okay.
Loads of people have done that.
Yeah, those people have done that.
I think
Zeppelin did that. That was how Zeppelin made a fucking career.
I think I've got a band that you'd be quite surprised that I do like
Go on.
quite a lot. I don't know if the top 10, but Oasis.
I wouldn't have thought that of you.
I like Oasis.
I wouldn't have thought that of you.
I think it might be a bit of a nostalgic thing.
Yeah, I think Oasis have got for me.
I
they've got a
like,
handful
it was
of
like, I
songs.
got into it when I was like when it came out.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was
I think definitely
and it was like
maybe
the only
what's the
kind
story
of-
of good albums.
at the time, like it was kind of only really accessible guitar music for my age. I mean, when did the first album come out?
93.
93. I was 3.
Right, okay.
But like, so
Yeah,
then-
what's the
Yeah,
story
but
came out
they
in
were
95.
massive until like 2003.
It might have been.
so-
It might have been 94. Either way, it was 93 or
Yeah, so
94. 'cause what's the story came out in
I was
95.
about 5 or 6. I remember because it was just before my sister was born. She
Yeah.
was born like when I was 7.
I'm gonna have
I
to have a
remember
look,
that.
it's bothering me.
You're doing well.
I have to have a look 'cause it's bothering
Oh
me.
god.
I only got into them last year.
Oasis.
Oasis, yeah. I just weren't a fan of
Oasis
them.
or Blur. I love that bit in Father Ted. Oasis or Blur.
But I only
Blur.
got
No Oasis.
Yeah, no, definitely. Maybe came out in 94. What's the story came out in 95. See, the thing, I was 12 when the first album came out, 13 when the second one came out, and they were
Yeah.
huge. And I was really into grunge,
I know. I did.
which was like the ass end of before Britpop.
Yeah.
And I hated Oasis because I was so into grunge.
Yeah.
And it was like at the time you were either into grunge or Britpop.
Yeah.
Fuck Britpop.
I mean, the thing there was loads of bands that came out of it that were
I
good.
don't mind
Like Skunk and
Blur.
Nancy were falling into it, and like
Blur.
Skunk and Nancy were a decent band.
I don't mind Blur.
Blur are way better than
I'm not.
Oasis.
I mean, I think Blur are better. I think he's a more. I think they had more variety as well.
Yeah.
Blur are like fucking 3 different bands, man.
Yeah, like because album wise as well. But
Blur.
but they still did that whole
Or
common people
Oasis.
thing where they were rich people pretending to be poor people, and I can't really get past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard early Blur?
No, like,
Like,
not,
like some live
not
videos
before.
and stuff. It's kind of punk.
Well, loads of bands started off like that
Well,
initially,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like softened it down to be
Yeah.
because like Suede and like bands like that were like huge
Yeah.
at the fucking time as well.
Suede,
Yeah.
man.
But even with Suede, they were like, that was like the 17th rendition of the band or something.
Yeah.
And
I know the manager of Suede.
I mean, that's no claim to
Oh, yeah,
anything.
don't you?
I do, yeah.
Is he watching?
No.
Okay, Suede suck. Brett, is it Brett Anderson? Is that his name, the
I don't
singer?
fucking know.
Suck. No, there were a lot of shitty bands. And the thing is, it was one of those things, same thing happened with nu metal, same thing happened with emo. When a band's doing well, like labels will go and sign 50 bands that sound like it and just like fluctuate the market with
Flood the market with one
with like
thing.
any band that sounds remotely like
Yeah,
that.
basically.
That's why Crazy Town got a fucking record label.
It's like like, you know, the kind of Manchester
Yeah,
kind of thing. There was a lot of bands from Manchester
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah, 'cause what would-
A lot, and it's like, you know,
Well, there's a lot of bands
the
from Sheffield.
Pistols, the Pistols, the Damned, the fucking all of them, man. The fucking Slits, the I can't fucking
What,
think
Manchester
now.
band?
No, like English punk bands in that from that time.
Yeah, there was,
And they all were like just putting stuff out, and it was huge because there was like the Pistols, and then they went, well, what is everyone else doing around
But even
there?
the Pistols stole from like, what was the band that it wasn't the Banshees at that point, but it was like Susie and the Banshees band before it because Sid Vicious was in that band.
He played drums for like up a gig.
Yeah, and then Robert Smith was in the band as well. And if you listen to their earlier stuff, it really kind of like there's loads of bands that came out afterwards that basically sort of stole.
That's a
elements of
shout.
that
To be
sound.
fair, The Cure might be in my top 10.
I don't really. I like the Cure, but I like a handful of albums because Cure have got like different renditions of the Cure. They've got the Sad Moody Cure, which is one I like. It's
Yeah,
inspiration
yeah,
and like
same.
blood flowers and stuff and pornography.
No, actually, no. I like Popular Cure.
Like Friday I'm in Love and shit.
Yeah.
No, I can't deal with that.
Oh, I love that shit.
You were allowed to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's probably the one that not many people would expect.
So my uncle showed me this guy that he knows has written and recorded some stuff, and like, you know, when you hear someone's music that they've made and you know exactly what they've been listening to.
Yeah.
This guy has only been listening to New Order.
Oh right.
Oh, really?
okay.
Only been listening to New Order.
I love New Order.
I think
Joy
Joy Division
Division
would be in
better.
top 10.
Joy Division are better.
Joy
yeah,
Division
but there's
better.
not really a comparison though.
I mean,
'cause
it's the same band.
No,
Minus the
it's
singer.
not. It's
Yeah, it's-
completely different direction.
It
It's
is,
Yeah,
but it's
okay.
still the same band.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen the World Cup song done by Joy Division though.
World Emotion.
Yeah.
With Ian Curtis singing.
Could you imagine
Fucking
Yeah.
that?
hell. Ian Curtis and what's his name?
I think Joy
Do
Division.
it for England.
What's the
John Barnes. Yeah, doing the rap.
Joy Division would be in my top 10.
Joy
Really?
Division.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, for a band that only had 2 albums, and their biggest song isn't even on either of those albums either.
No.
Like, because
Do you know? And I like Closer, their first album,
Closer's
more than I do.
Unknown Pleasure.
Unknown Pleasure.
Yeah, they're both bangers. But
Closer's the second album, isn't it?
yeah,
Nice.
Closer is.
I'm
No,
sure
Unknown
it's
Pleasure's the
first,
first
isn't
album.
Is it?
It was Unknown Pleasure, then it was Closer, then they released a compilation afterwards that had Love Will Tear Us Apart on it.
Mm.
And Atmosphere
Right.
wasn't a single
Right.
either. I mean, on an album either. That was like
Yeah.
released afterwards.
My favourite Joy Division song is it Disorder?
Disorder, yeah.
That's
Disorder's a
fucking
tune.
band.
By decades.
No,
I
is
fucking
it?
love decades.
Day of
The
Our
one, the
Lord,
one that
that's my
starts.
favourite
That's amazing.
I'm waiting for a. Yeah, that
Yeah, that's a tune, man.
I'm waiting for a gun.
So that's why, though, I love Interpol, because Interpol are like a modern day version of. Like, the first 2 Interpol albums are fucking sublime.
Yeah.
Tell you what, the
Kickstarted
Murder
it.
Capital
They kind
are
of-
new Joy Division.
There are
Yeah,
loads-
man,
there are-
I think so.
Even like editors in part.
Yeah, it's just post punk. This
Yeah,
kickstarted the whole thing. It was Joy Division, and then New Order sort of made it a bit more dancey and a bit more drum paddy, which is great because you can see shades of that in music now that I listen to. There's fucking you can hear New Order and you can hear Joy Division and you can hear fucking loads of shit,
Yeah.
like loads of like pre post punk.
Yeah.
If you're looking at post punk now, it's very different to what it was then.
Yeah.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like pre this era of post punk, like Joy Division and New Order and shit like that, you can hear that in the post punk that we have now.
Well,
Like-
it's in like the Murder Capital. There's a thing where like, you know, it's like, okay, describe this band for someone that doesn't know, and there was a thing that said modern Joy Division.
Yeah, they are very Joy Division. They're a fucking great band.
They are a great band.
What's your top 5 artists then? Personal top 5
Artists.
artists.
Oh yeah, you.
I find that harder because I definitely listen to more bands.
See, I
than
know,
I do
okay, so
single
mine off the
artists.
gate then will be Bowie, Tom Waits, Phoebe Bridgers, Miles Davis, and Fiona Apple.
Oh, nice.
That's my
Fiona
five.
Apple's a shout, man.
You know, I can't think now. I
Jimi
listen to
Hendrix.
too
Oh
many
wait, no,
bands.
I've got to put Jeff Buckley in there. Who do I bump? I'm bumping Miles Davis because he was more of a band anyway. So I'm putting Jeff Buckley in there.
Actually, I've got a new one, but it would be Phoebe Bridgers would be in there.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan would be in there. Jimi Hendrix.
You can't have Hendrix and Hendrix.
Yeah, I can. I can have Hendrix Experience, and I can have Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, you can.
But I don't know the other ones. But I've listened to a jazz artist called Sonny Rollins. You ever heard of him?
I've heard of Sonny Rollins.
Sonny Rollins is the guy that Henry Rollins nicked his name from.
Is it
That's
really?
how fucking good. He's a jazz musician. I think he's a trumpet player. No, saxophone player. It's fucking incredible. I think that...
So I can have a conversation about top 5 jazz artists as well. I fucking love jazz.
I've also been
I
listening
couldn't
to
go
is
that
jazz
deep.
and Metallica.
Jazz and Metallica.
That's it.
Honestly, check out like Dizzy Gillespie and like John Coltrane and Bird. Like there's so many fucking good jazz artists.
That is like actual talented musicians.
that's actual music. Like for me, that's actual music.
Yeah,
It's
it is, yeah.
expressionism of what music is.
yeah, it is. That's
Rather
so much people that just get on stage and play.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
There's no fucking
Miles is God.
set list or nothing. It's just fucking play.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's amazing.
Top 5 artists.
Iggy Pop,
Yeah, fuck's sake.
Towns Van Sant.
Okay.
Oh, is that the guy you put in my car?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
played
he was
before,
good.
it
I
was
liked
really
I
good.
love Towns Van Sant.
Bullshit with mine. Fucking hell.
Towns Van Sant, Iggy Pop.
Henry fucking Rollins could be in it.
Rollins band now, innit?
Yeah.
And there was 2 very different Rollins band eras,
Yeah.
so it's very band wise. Fucking hell. Who else?
Just think of lead singers from bands that you love that just do the same thing.
They just kept doing their own.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What have I got? 2? Yeah, I'm pretty fucked.
Bowie,
Bowie, yeah.
Johnny Cash.
I was thinking probably Johnny Cash. I'm gonna say I'll say Bowie just to keep the ball rolling. And Michael Bublé.
Mickey Bubbles.
Iggy Bubble.
He's come out.
He's got a great voice, that boy. Swear to God.
It's come out of his hovel, hasn't he? It's about
It's that time of year.
About his time of year, isn't it?
Thawing him out. Yeah, yeah.
Thawing him out.
Oh yeah, I was on hold to the local council for about half an hour the other day, and they were just playing Michael Bublé, and I thought like
That's your worst nightmare as well.
it's like it's inoffensive though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of offensive in the way that it's like
I don't like swingy
Why-
big band music.
Yeah.
man.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
In the
but it,
90s,
like,
swing got huge again as well. Like
Yeah,
every
it did, yeah.
soundtrack had like a swing band in it.
Yeah, true.
But I think, have you heard his version of Santa Baby?
no.
It's really kind of like he tries so hard, because obviously that's a woman singing a
Yeah.
very sexy song.
This is like
He's like Santa Birdie. Like he literally, like he asexuals the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
dude, just turn into it.
yeah.
Mitch, top 5.
In no particular order, really.
I've got one.
but,
PJ Harvey. Sorry.
Go on, get it in there.
Sorry,
PJ
Mitch.
Harvey's good song.
Sorry, I was just going to say, top 5 artist, Harry Styles would definitely be in mine. That isn't even a joke.
Okay.
I would agree. He's
His
not in
solo
mine,
stuff
but
is
I can-
fucking
yeah.
sick.
He's not in mine, but I can agree on that. So David Bowie, Phoebe Bridgers, Passenger.
Yeah.
I'm
Shout.
a slut for Passenger.
I just love that.
Neil Young
Good to know.
and Robert Johnson.
Oh,
Good
fuck.
shout.
Oh shit.
How angry you are. Okay, now let's do top 5 ever.
Yeah, so artist ever.
Bowie.
Bowie.
Has to be in there.
Bowie, Sabbath.
No, like artists.
Oh, okay.
Solo artists. Ozzy. No,
Fucking Ozzy.
fuck no. Ozzy solo stuff fucking blows, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
not
better
good.
than fucking a lot of other shit, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's worse than a lot of other shit as well.
Ozzy
I think we can
Osbourne.
collect
Top-
Right,
Bowie.
okay.
Top
Dylan,
5. Bowie.
Dylan, Bowie.
Yeah, Dylan, yeah.
Iggy.
I don't think you can put Iggy in top 5
No, he
ever.
probably ain't, but fuck him.
Elvis.
Yeah. Michael
Probably.
Jackson.
I think you got to put Michael Jackson in there.
You've got to.
You got to put Madonna in there as well.
Tommy.
Johnny
about-
Cash could be in there as well, though.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, actually, yeah.
Tom Jones.
Yeah, nice.
Eminem.
Fucking, it's too...
It's super odd, isn't it?
I think you got to put Madonna, Michael Jackson in. I think you got to put Elvis in.
I think you put Beyonce over Madonna.
No, like Madonna.
I don't.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I don't
I don't know.
But
about
this is this our opinion or
I
a
don't
know.
collective
Like-
of the world opinion?
Yeah, world opinion.
Beyonce. Queen
To be
Bee.
fair, like Madonna hasn't really been relevant for like 20 years.
But neither is
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah, because but Elvis still gets played a lot, whereas
He does.
anything that like he died young enough to leave a decent back catalogue.
Yeah.
I think Madonna lived long enough to release. Because I love like 80s and 90s Madonna's fucking.
Oh, she's a
the
weirdo,
shit.
man. I can't...
I earlier this year I had a massive Madonna phase. Like I listened to nothing but Madonna for like 2
Have you
months.
seen her, like, all over Drake? Have you seen that video?
No, but like she's all over everyone. She's trying to stay
Oh, it's
relevant.
really weird, and if the roles were reversed, it'd be fucking
The thing
disgusting.
is,
but-
keep in mind that when like Madonna was sexy in the 90s, she was like in her 40s. Like that chick's old, man.
yeah, and haggard.
Yeah, she's like the female Keith Richards, and she
Still,
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
would bang.
it's still somehow
I would
going.
still bang Madonna.
Really?
In a fucking minute.
I reckon I'd rather shag Sharon Osbourne.
In a minute.
Oh, dude. That's all it would take. No, I would 100% still bang Madonna.
Fair play.
She's
Fuck, I'm struggling with. Shall we have Mitch's jingle?
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Oh,
Mitch?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mitchell Palpatine Wiley. What's going on in his mind? Not many people give a fuck. But if you are one of those people, this next segment's for you. In What's on Your Mind, Mitch? I bet it's porn or something. The dirty dog!
There you go.
Well, as my name is Mitchell Palpatine Wiley, obviously the Senate is on my mind. It's
Yeah.
always on my mind because I am the Senate.
Always.
No, I saw some a headline recently, and it's quite funny about the Queen.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I was talking about this yesterday.
What's the fucking
Was she dead?
headline?
No, she's.
Wow, it says-
Fuck, what was it?
I fucking hope she is.
I need to find
I
it.
had it on my mind, and the jingle fucking.
It
threw me
wasn't
off.
transitioning. It was just
No.
going through a new phase.
New phase.
That's
yes,
what it
new
is.
phase, and you probably
What?
won't see it till February.
What, she a bloke?
So there's a headline, and in quotes, it says the
Queen's going
Queen
through-
Elizabeth is currently going through a new phase,
Yeah.
and we're likely to not see her again until February.
She's shedding her skin. I
She
generally think
definitely is getting
honestly,
injected with Angelica or whatever
I
it's
think
called.
it's a cover up that she's dead, and
Yeah.
they're trying to find the right time to
Yeah,
tell
that's what
people
happened with
because
Prince
when
Philip.
exactly,
That's 100%. Prince
He's
Philip's been dead for 3 years.
He's the
The ro-
phase fucking rigor mortis.
Rick and Morty.
No, okay, so I legitimately believe, I
Decomposition.
don't believe this, but I love it as a concept. That Prince Philip died 3 years ago, and they just put robotics in him to get him. Like, wait till we need,
yeah.
wait till we need sympathy.
And no cunt would be surprised.
Yeah, dude.
No,
like,
no
oh.
one. No one.
I fucking hope the Queen's dead. Bitch.
Dude, no, like, she's like an old fucking lady.
I
Man.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No,
No, the whole family dies in a fire.
Yeah, and me, to be fair.
I do think
Is the phase she's going through searching under every fucking pillow in the Windsor Palace for some spare change to front the money for a paedophile fucking son?
like,
Yep.
that's. I mean, this is such a controversial.
She's going through a emo
conversation
phase.
to
That's
have.
what it is.
She, that, the,
She's going through an emo phase. She's waiting for MCR to come back.
the picture of the thing like that I saw was a picture of her in like MCR t-shirt.
Oh,
and,
really?
like,
It's not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
No.
touring next year. That's what she's
I had
waiting.
I had this conversation with Emily yesterday, and one good point that she raised was that like it's coming towards the end of her life, and like she's like 94. She's doing a lot for charity. She's doing a lot of good, and like I'm not talking about the royal family. I'm talking about the Queen specifically.
Yeah, I gave money to children in need when I was 14, so I was fucking
It's
done
not
to charity
the
as
same
well.
thing. Yeah,
My son isn't a fucking
but the
paedophile.
Queen isn't rooting for you to die
But it's
either.
not a phase.
So I wouldn't care if she was.
Well, fair. But no, I think with the Queen specifically, I'm not talking about the royals, I'm not about just her. When Prince Philip died and like the funeral happened, like to see
Yeah.
that little old lady by herself.
In terms of a human being, it looks sad.
Yeah, dude.
But then you also think-
it looks sad.
She's not a human being.
She's not a lizard.
No, she's not. She's a fucking slag.
You can't call the Queen a slag.
Well, I just did. What are you going to fucking do about it, Liz? What? You're going to get your guards on me? Cool.
It's going to send Andy around.
Well, fucking hell, don't do that.
It's going to sweat on you.
Me and him are going Pizza Express after this. Fucking.
I can't be part of this conversation.
Why?
Because you can't call the Queen a slag.
I can call the
I'm
fucking
by
Queen a
no
slag.
means a royalist, but you cannot call a 94-year-old woman a slag.
Yeah, I can. Yes, I fucking
You
can.
can.
No, you can't. You can't. Right, I'm putting my foot down. You can't call the Queen a slag
Why?
because she's a 94-year-old woman
So?
who's had like one husband.
Virgin.
She,
Those are rookie numbers.
I wish I could have seen
Those
the.
are rookie numbers. Oh, that's outstanding.
Fucking hell, Liz. She was quite fit back
What
in
is
the day.
that from?
Or-
Those are
Wolf
rookie
of Wall
numbers.
Street, innit?
Wolf of Wall Street, yeah, when he's on about masturbating.
Come on, Liz, you got to put them numbers up, man.
Jesus fucking
Do you reckon the
Christ.
Queen's ever fingered herself?
I'm not having this
No,
conversation.
legit though. Or do you reckon she's choked on a cock? Like it's she.
No.
Well,
no.
apparently
no.
the
no.
So Philip and the Queen
This is the
had
worst.
to sleep in separate bedrooms to stop them from getting frisky without the intent of having kids, apparently.
Mate, do you reckon he's ever made a cum?
Can we just not do this? Can we not?
I can't. I
Can we
need to
not?
know. I need
Come
to.
on.
Can we not?
can't.
We
Do you ever-
can't.
Do you ever
This
reckon
is what people
licked him
wanna
on the back
know.
of a
Is it
stamp?
what people want to know? I can't have a conversation about a 94-year-old woman being fingered.
Do you reckon she's been licked on the back of a stamp?
Yeah, has the Queen ever been rimmed? And if not, Liz, I know I just called you a slag, and I'm really sorry, but you're in hiding for a bit. Give us a call and
Right in.
write in to give us a go at thegoatsessions.com. and I'll come show you a good time.
I
Liz.
can't do this.
You're a widow now. You're single.
This is the worst.
No, do you know what actually
She's
pissed
on
me
Tinder.
off? So the one
On
of
Tinder.
This year I've been writing one's Tinder bio.
Much like corgis.
I'm trying to get as many cocks in as I can before I kick the fucking bucket.
I just want to say something seriously now.
Seriously?
I was in a video of the Queen with a little fucking invalid walking stick.
Dude, no.
That's really bad to say.
I don't give a shit.
No.
I don't give a shit.
I give a shit.
I don't. I hate,
I'm
I
next
hate
to
that
you.
whole family. Yeah, I see that. Peak.
I'd like to apologise
And,
on his behalf.
Fucking some geezer walks in. I don't know if it's like head of whatever
geezer.
with some stupid outfit on.
Kick the stick.
And he's like
The worst people. Like the worst people.
he's like a lord or some fucking nonce. And he walks in and he goes something. The last one who reigned for as long as I did was Lord Mountbatten, and she touches a wedding ring because Lord Mountbatten was
Prince Philip's dad.
Yeah. Do some research into Lord Mountbatten.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit.
He was a historic sex offender, historic paedophile.
Or you getting to the point that maybe he's assaulted her?
No, I'm just saying. Why are you saying? Oh, I'm proud that my.
No, I thought that's where he was going. When I was saying,
okay.
touched a wedding ring, saw subject.
No, she touched the wedding ring because it's Philip's dad or uncle or something.
Right, okay.
And that's why it like makes you think about Philip. Fair, but the fact that he was proud that that he.
I'm glad you
is
said the word
Lord
wedding. To be fair,
Lord
Not
Mountbatten.
touched a ring.
touched the ring.
This is the worst.
Grim.
It was going so well.
Oh, I fucking hate her.
Do you want me to go into my next thing?
Yeah, go on.
And save it. Okay, so I think this is pretty
Save it.
cool. So I don't know which music award it is, but they have decided to scrap the whole male artist, female artist, and just put it as artist.
Yeah.
I like that because why? You're saying like, okay, these male artists have done so well, these female artists have done so well. People like just as many female artists as do male artists, and it should be an overall effort of who is the best.
I think so. I was having this conversation, and it's something that is not dealt with a lot. And there's a whole thing with festivals at the minute, and it's like fucking like 90% male dominated. The lineups are, which
White artists as
is
well.
no fault of the booker, because you want the biggest artists to play your festival, to sell the most tickets, to sell the most fucking food and drink and booze, and get the most people in and to have a good time. And unfortunately, the majority of people that are owning the charts and selling the most records are men. Well, that's only because the industry is fucking pretty much single-handedly run by men, and it's just all the money's been pumped into here. Unfortunately, if you're a girl, there's not much chance. Obviously, there's the odd fucking Beyoncé's and the Eilishes and them people, and there is a lot, and they are not
And
represented well
the thing
enough.
is as well, the ones who are bigger than any dude.
Yeah, and they're fucking way more talented.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You got people like FKA Twigs and Charlie XCX and fucking really good female musicians that aren't being represented and
No,
aren't
agree.
being pushed because they're not being played on the radio
Yeah.
and because they're not being fucking TikTok sounds and shit like that. It's mostly very male dominated, and that's not a fault of the festival booker or the gig booker or the
It's
promoter.
the industry as a whole.
It's the radios and the industry and the labels that aren't pushing these artists.
Just question, with the categories, do they have an overall one anyway? Because isn't there best artist and then best male artist and best female artist? Doesn't that already exist? Like they have best album. Because remember when Kanye interrupted
Taylor
Swift, and he was
Bit of a bastard. That
he was like, it was, but
It
he was
was a
like,
bit of a bastard.
Beyonce had the greatest video of all time. Beyonce then won an award for that video. She just didn't win that award.
I also want to
That's
ask.
all I heard. All I heard was just
What video was it?
The single ladies one.
One is a lot of dancing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that she won, I think, best video.
It's a video.
It's a
I don't
fucking
think
rad
it's
video.
The best video of all time.
No, it's not the best video of all time, but like,
Oh, excuse me.
bless you. But
It's the Queen coming back.
I'm
at me.
pretty, for fuck's sake. Right, I'm pretty sure that like what Taylor Swift won in that one was a female video or something like that, or pop video, and then it was the greatest video section was the one where Beyonce won. So
Yeah,
I'm unsure.
and more so, I don't think it's necessary, mainly because if only a dude, like just say Ed Sheeran wins and Adele doesn't, but Adele deserves to win, at least having two, they can both win.
I'm not sure what
I'm with
what
you.
awards
I'm with
ceremony
you.
is.
I'm with
If
you.
I say-
I don't think it's enough of a diverse category to need one, because they're not saying like we're picking men because men are better, but we're also giving women one. It's just this is the best. That's why bands have
Yeah.
one, Because otherwise you can have just best album of the year.
Of course, yeah.
Or you can have best album, best solo artist.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Which
So-
they do. And if you watch the Grammys or the Brits,
I mean, I don't watch any award shows, so I don't really care.
I watch the Brits every year. I don't really care about the Grammys, but the Grammys are the fucking biggest. They're like the Oscars of the fucking music
I do
world.
think it's strange that it's like the best, and
It's a popularity contest.
yeah,
ultimately,
it should be like
Well,
the most successful of the past year.
Yeah, which is what they're saying.
Well, it's not necessarily though,
Well, look,
because
there was a thing where,
Fontaine's DC got nominated for a Grammy last
but
year.
like the weekend, Blinding Lights was
Oh, yeah,
like
fair
number one more than any track last year, and wasn't up for a Grammy.
yeah, no, it's
And his album wasn't, and he wasn't.
You are
either.
fucking obsessed with that song.
it's
yeah.
labels and
I know.
shit. It's labels.
I
and
know.
shit
No,
that
I'm
push
not
them.
saying it's bad, but
I'm,
like,
I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it.
All I
but,
want
like,
in life is to love someone as much as I love that song.
I think "Take My Breath" is a better song.
You're allowed to.
Anyway, I don't think that they should put it into one. I think that the male and female should stay, but there's no representation for non-binary people.
So have the best non-binary album as well.
Oh, yeah,
But then wouldn't the best overall give
Yeah.
non-binary
Play
people
all
a chance?
three.
Yeah, if you have an overall one as well,
Yeah,
then they're
yeah.
inclusive of that. But at the same time, you can just add a non-binary option. Like I think I saw today, it was someone in America got their first passport with
If-
non-binary as an option on there.
Nice.
If it
Saying
is-
that, I think it was Sam Smith who was the one who was trying to get
the merge.
that thing going. Yeah.
Well, you need to scrap the fucking best urban artist for
Yeah,
starters,
that
because
has to
that
go.
fucking
Or
does
at least
wedding.
like rename it.
Just
Stop
say,
calling it
like-
fucking urban.
Say like best poor black person, because that's all
That's
that you
what you're
fucking
saying,
go into. Yeah. But look, I think Tyler the Creator said something. He won like best international urban artist or something like that, and it was like, well, it's just fucking best black.
Well, there's
artist,
loads of
isn't
things
it?
that when Skunk and Nancy were big going back to because there's two of the members of the band were white and two were black, and they used to get put into urban categories. And it's like they're a rock band.
Yeah,
Like
it's bullshit,
just,
man.
But
It's
just because they
fucking
had a black
bullshit.
singer, they're like, oh, it's urban.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking
And,
urban.
and even with
But
festivals and stuff where they were booked on or like support, there was always just like other hip hop.
what
or
does
whatever.
urban even mean?
It's white people where black people live.
It's, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. That's all it means.
It means it's more like a built up
Yeah.
city.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
if
it
it's
means.
an urban area,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
essentially
Okay.
like a
It's-
cityscape.
A cityscape, yeah.
Mm.
Basically, that's what the word
Yeah.
means.
So basically, what you're saying is the projects.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
That's
yeah.
ultimately what you're trying to say without saying it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't say it.
Yeah,
you
it's
just say
bullshit,
urban
man.
instead.
Oh, there's a lot of shit about the Grammys. And it's just a fucking horrendous thing. Anyway, like
You're right there, champ.
No, I was just going to ask. It's fine.
Okay then.
Carry on.
yeah, the Grammys are bullshit. And but I watch the Brits because a lot of the bands that I listen to and I love and I support do get nominated for Brit Awards because they're mostly British bands. But the Grammys are like they are. You can't ignore them because it is the Oscars of the fucking
you
music
can.
world. Yeah, but if you're into music and you're into the industry, then it's sort of like the thing.
I remember it used to be a thing as well. And remember when they used to do what was it called? When you go around musicians' apartments and stuff like that.
Cribs.
Cribs. That was what it was.
Oh,
Right.
Cribs.
Cribs was fucking great.
Cribs was cool.
But they
Yeah.
used to always have a thing.
We'll
where
do an episode.
they will
of
do Cribs around
for
the
here
pub.
to show you. One day we'll tag it on.
Oh, actually, you know what? We should do it. We should do Cribs.
Yeah, of
here.
course.
easy,
Of course,
easy.
we'll show people where we are. and
We'll show
stuff
them
like
Cellar
that.
where
Yeah,
we
yeah.
fought the ghost of Robert
It's
Peel.
bricked. It's bricked up because he's.
But there used to always be a thing where they'd like be showing around the house and there'd be like a toilet with like a Grammy next to it. And they were like, oh, that's where I
Oh,
keep my
yeah,
Grammy.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, no,
like
that-
it's
yeah.
in the cellar with like dust all over it and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
people don't take like some people take it
I
seriously, but some
love
people
the tellies.
The
If you
tellies.
watch a Cribs back,
yeah.
right, look at the tellies
Is that
they're
'cause it's like the time
flaunting.
when they came out?
Because they're going, fucking look
Oh,
at
yeah,
this,
yeah.
right? And it's a telly that big. Right, it's a telly, it's about fucking 10 inches in it and 10 inches deep. And they've had it built into the fucking
Yeah, yeah.
wall. There's a fucking telly hanging out the back of the kitchen. And they're going, yeah, where Cribs, you gotta go.
Yeah,
I love that when the
you
tentacles
gotta
are,
go. And the
"Oh,
whole thing
Cribs."
in the bedroom is where the magic happens.
I love it.
The
It's
fridge
just
is like they always show you what was in the fridge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the Jackass Cribses. Have you seen that?
Yeah, yeah.
Pontius is just in his
Yeah.
car.
yeah.
I was just putting his shirts at the back.
Are we didn't make up a thing. We didn't get anyone to email in for
I've got a jingle for it.
Do you want to do the jingle?
Well, let me preface it.
Okay.
Well, like, so we didn't get anyone emailing, which I'm appalled with you.
Disappointing.
I'm appalled. With you,
Fair
for.
enough, though.
So I-
don't leave your private information with 4 people that you don't really
Yeah,
know.
that's
No,
probably
no,
why.
no,
'cause they're
yeah,
probably like,
okay.
I don't trust
Unless you
them.
do really know one
But
of those things.
I thought maybe to spur you on. I've got a jingle, and we can talk about times that we've given people advice and how well that advice was, to maybe think, you know what, I do want their advice. So here's the jingle. So it's come to this. You're asking 4 men drinking beer in a shed for advice with your problems. One thing is clear. It's gone very wrong for you. But we will try and help. In the Agony Guns. There you go, that
sounds like the turn the page off the First Streets album.
That sounds like ominous as fuck.
I thought it sounded like an intro to Bring the Horizon fucking Sempiternal album.
Oh god, don't tell me that. I was going for like an unsolved mystery.
I got that vibe. It sounded creepy as fuck.
I once gave a man advice. I worked with a guy, and he was. I went out for beers with him, and he said, "We're meeting my cousin in a bit. Would you like give him some advice? Like, he keeps asking me, but like I don't know. I don't know if you can help him." I went, "What is it?" And he went, he's a virgin. He's 19. It's fair play.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It happens when it happens. You got any advice for him? So I said, yeah. So I was like talking to him, and he brought it up to me. Like, he went, if he asks, like, but he will ask. He's been asking fucking everyone. So like, just to preface it, it's not too weird, but we'd be cool kind of thing. So I went, yeah, of course. And I said, so he said, look, literally, like, I'm, I've not had sex yet. He wasn't like he wasn't like, not that you should be. He wasn't like ashamed of it. He was like, this is it. What advice have you got? I said, well, when you do finally get to it,
when you find a lady,
when you find a lady, when a mummy
and daddy love each other, that's a banger. That's such a banger. Like, the Persistent version is so fucking good.
Yeah, sick. So like, I always said to him, I went, right, when you finally get there, and you enter the lady,
yeah,
you're gonna. Don't put the balls in too quick. Maybe just push one in about a minute.
You gotta wait a minute,
and then put the other one in maybe a couple of minutes.
in.
That.
Yeah, warm up first. Before you try and put
this geezer.
Have you not put your balls in?
This fucking bloke went, what? And looked at his cousin, and like, his cousin was laughing. He didn't let it go on enough, which was a fucker. But that was some of my advice.
That's strong advice.
That is good advice, yeah.
That's where the expression balls deep came from, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've given advice that I need to apologise for. Thinking about it, just on the basis of the...
Recently?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was years ago. My friend Sean, who listens and watches. So
hello.
Sean.
Yeah, Sean
Bradley.
Sean Bradley. Hello, Sean.
Yeah.
How you doing, mate?
He lives in Japan.
You living in Japan, yeah?
Is that where the one Japanese
listener
is?
Yeah.
Sean, if you've got any, if you want to ask us for advice,
Sean,
mate,
ask us questions.
and
Get
it
your
is,
students. He's
it
a
is
teacher.
Give us your go at thegoatsessions.com.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So-
It'll be here.
If you want any of your students, because he teaches English in Japan.
Oh God!
Osaka.
Can I teach him some?
Like,
Could you imagine that?
to get one of your Japanese students to ask us some questions
Right,
about
yeah,
British
if you want
life
to
or
be
anything, and we'll answer it for them. He did say this week that someone was on about what they expected a British person to look like, and he said it was an example of someone who looks like someone from The Gentleman
Yeah.
or The Kingsman. I think he said The Gentleman, which I watched yesterday. It's a fucking banging film.
I've only watched half of it.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. I watched a lot of movies this weekend. Anyway, he was like, well, this is my mate, and he's British, and he was like, he looks Dutch about me. And I'm like, why do I look Dutch? Like, Dutch is not what I would have gone with. Anyway, the advice I used to give to him back in the day, this was many, many years ago, and I apologise, I'm a better human now. And it was just a joke, I want to stress this, was this, if he was like, oh, I like that girl, I don't know what to do, I'm like, just hit her with your dick.
Pretty solid. There was this geezer who used to.
I need to actually just apologise.
Okay.
And Sean, if you are still taking my advice, stop hitting people with your dick. I do want to apologise. I'm a better human now, and it was said in jest. Don't hit people with your dick.
There was this geezer that was like a friend of a friend kind of thing, and he'd always come out, and he was very like, oh God, no girls like me and all this, and kind of like.
That's the worst way
because
to
you're
go
ugly.
about it.
Mate, it's because you're
Which
ugly.
isn't attractive.
Because you're ugly.
It's called
He wasn't
pick me.
like an
You're
ugly
ugly, now your personality's ugly too.
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Yeah, dude.
So
Woe is me.
he was going that, and like I just had enough of it. So the advice I gave him, because the advice I gave him was like verbatim what he'd been saying to girls. I was like, maybe you shouldn't start every conversation with a girl with, I've got a tiny dick and it's bent in the middle.
You know?
That's good advice, though.
That is strong advice.
That is good advice.
That is strong advice.
Yeah, don't, if there are any virgins watching, don't talk about your dick the first thing that you do.
Yeah.
Or non-virgins as well. Don't talk about your dick. And stop sending dick pics to girls as well. Like, unless it's requested,
Yeah.
just don't do that.
No, it's not attractive.
Let's just spend a good, because I'm fucking freezing, right? So let's spend 5 minutes telling what men what not to be.
Don't go, oh, a pretty girl like you would never like someone like me.
Dude,
Yeah,
'cause she's not gonna know.
Fucking
don't go for a
grow up.
sympathy vote.
Yeah,
Like,
because no, they're not, because you're fucking ugly.
And also know your fucking lane. Like, you know when guys are like, I want a girl who's like this and this and this. I'm like, you're wearing a stained fucking like joggers.
Yeah.
And live in the basement.
Do you know what?
I thought you meant the band.
I was thinking about this on the way here, right? If you do need advice, and everyone says be yourself,
Be yourself. You're a cunt and no one likes you.
be worse than yourself, because if they like you after that, then there's no
That's
no
awful advice.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Don't, because that's saying go be an asshole.
Don't be an arsehole, but just be who
No,
you would be
don't
6 months down the
listen to
line.
him. He's,
No, trust
he's
me.
12 years old.
It
Don't
works.
trust him.
It works.
Like, it works. If you have to say at the end of it, it works. That sounds methodical and fucked up.
I don't want to say like, every time I meet someone new, I'm always myself times 10 to the worst. Like, no, I'm not like, fuck
You're
you,
just-
fuck
no,
you,
but
fuck
you're
you.
not that
not
all
being
the time.
yourself.
though.
Exactly. So I'm not going to be like, oh, nice to meet you. Can I take you out for dinner and move your chair up?
No,
I'm going to
agreed.
talk about how the fuck I want my ass within 5 minutes. Because if you don't like it,
We've been here and seen this happen.
yeah. So
in this pub.
Yeah.
if you don't like it, then there's no surprises down the line when I'm a weird cunt. Like, you might as well be who you're going to be to begin with. And then if they like it, then they've got no surprises.
My advice is the absolute opposite of that, which
Be-
is, wait, let me say it.
Fake everything.
You know
and
how
pretend
at the
that you're great.
start, generally when you meet someone, you're the best version of yourself. Don't stop being that.
Nah.
That's my advice. The effort you put in for someone on day one because you like them and you want their interest, just consistently fucking be that and don't turn into a douchebag afterwards.
Yeah, but or
Like, they're gonna
that's
see
fair.
they're gonna
That's
see your flaws anyway because they're gonna happen, right? No one can be their best selves all the fucking time. And the whole point of a relationship or being with someone is supporting each other through that. It's being there when someone needs you. But if you want to make effort with someone initially, then consistently just keep making that effort. Because when you get comfortable and say, I've got them now, I haven't got to try, you're a piece of
That's
shit.
when it goes.
Yeah,
down.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying don't be someone that you're not, because
Yeah,
they're
I'm
gonna
not saying
find out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like don't lie. Like, but at the same time, I think you can't go into something and just be like, because otherwise, that's like tiny bent dick guy. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, but not like
You know
that.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
but
selling his worst self forward.
I ain't got a bent dick.
I mean,
Some
I like
advice.
how you only said the bent bit.
But a tiny one.
Some advice. If you went out the night before and you experienced one of those hangovers that you consider never drinking again, don't test your farts.
Don't test your farts.
Don't test your farts.
Just farts.
Test your farts. Go on.
Don't listen to Alfie about farts.
Don't test your farts.
They're gonna smell it later down the line, so you
I
might
do
as well
think
do
we
it.
guys as well.
I'm thinking about don't
Shit
test your
himself.
farts. You'll shit your pants.
Also, if you're a dude and in a bar and hitting on a girl, like read the room. Like if a girl's not interested in you, she'll make it very apparent that she's not interested in you, and just leave her the fuck alone.
Also, no, do you know what actually really pisses me off? When we went out like 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was that one fucking dude that came and sat with us with like a hand
Fucking
tattoo.
douche.
And he had like the fucking stupid little shell necklace that every twat that's been on a fucking gap year has, with a like shark tooth on the
He
end
was
of it.
quintessential gap year.
Yeah, you know like Ben from the In-Betweeners too? That's like fucking
Yeah,
trust fund
he looked
white
like that
guy with
dude.
dreadlocks.
He was him.
It was like, I'm getting the vibe that we're talking about tattoos over here. And I'm like, we're not.
Let's put it
But-
like this. He left that conversation going, to me, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
'Cause I was an
Yeah.
asshole to him.
No, yeah, and he's just like really obviously someone that he's not, because you can tell like you're really not an interesting person.
And
so
he's
you're
been, and
pretending
he got
to
kicked
be.
out of the bar because earlier he grabbed a girl by the throat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we
We didn't know this at the time.
That's
No,
good,
I
good
got-
advice. Don't do that.
I got
Yeah,
to-
Good advice.
Don't grab people by the fucking.
I
throat.
got
no,
told that before he sat down. That's why I was being
Oh, I
such a
didn't know.
twat to
I'm
him.
just an asshole.
No, I was being a right twat to him because the bouncer told me that, and the bouncer was literally stood next to us watching the conversation unfold. And then as soon as the conversation ended, he got hoofed out because he was being a twat. But the bouncer was like, you know what? Let's just see what these lot do with him and see if these lot can push his buttons a little bit. And we did. We did manage to push
Very
his buttons.
quickly. He was there for
It
2
was very
minutes.
quickly,
Because
yeah.
it was like, obviously just
I'm really good at
pretending.
I've always got a rule. If one of us is going to feel uncomfortable, I'm going to make sure it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if this is a
The thing is
situation
that
where one of us is, I'll go out and I'm really good at that.
If you want to join a random person's table, right?
Ask first.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or don't just come
over
over and look at people and judge what their conversation is on the way
Yeah.
that they look. Like,
Yeah.
what if none of us? What if we all?
And then don't say vibe.
Vibe,
Yeah, don't say vibe. And
Just walk over and be
I
like,
wish I was
really
there.
sorry to
Say
bother
vibe.
you.
Could you imagine
do you
my
mind if I
face
sit
if
here?
you're just like, I'm getting the vibe, I'd be like, oh,
Yeah, you're out
fucking
already.
hell, you might be getting shanked.
But yeah, it's like just if you're pretending to be someone that you're not, whether it's to impress a girl or to impress a bunch of mates that you don't even like.
Just stop
What
trying
the
to impress
fuck are you
people.
doing, man? Just
Yeah.
be yourself.
Or
I
to
think
impress random people that you don't
I
know.
think ultimately, when I was manager at that bar, my rule was always when girls go out, they want to have fun. When guys go out, they want to have fun and get laid. And if your need to get laid starts fucking with their need to have fun, you're gone.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mhm.
And I think that should just be everyone's kind of like principle when they go out. Yes, go have fun. I'm not saying don't. But at the same time, if you're impeding somebody else's night because you want to get laid,
Yeah.
just get yourself out of that situation and go
Yeah.
jerk off instead.
I'd respect.
Stop being a dick.
I'd respect just so we've had this chat as well about like plastic racists and about how they're scared to be actual racists
Yeah.
because they know that they're doing something wrong. It's the same with people like that. Like, I'd respect you loads more if you did just have a tracksuit on and you did like rap music and you was a twat than you being that person but then sticking a fucking shell necklace on and pretending that you're into fucking ayahuasca and go into jungles and shit. Like,
So on the money though. It's
we
so
all
on the
know
money.
that you're not like that. Like,
You
you
were
can
so that
tell
guy.
as soon as words
Yeah.
exited your mouth, we knew that you weren't the fucking dude like that you was pretending to be.
Yes.
It's like, just stop being a cunt, man. Just
Stop being a cunt. That's a good life lesson.
Mm.
Yeah.
Stop being a cunt.
Well, there's actually fucking Jim Jeffries, the Australian.
yeah.
It was on about you got the Bible and it's got all these things about do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, and it says it should just be one page with one sentence on it. Don't be a cunt.
Yeah.
I love Jim Jeffries' thing about like how when he's like, I'm a 5. He's like, I'm not offensive looking, but I'm not hot. He's like, but I'm on TV, so I'm like a 6. And I think a lot of people, if you think, I'm not going to ask around the table, but if you think of your numerical value as a person, because nobody's a 10, right?
No.
Nobody
No,
on this
no.
planet is a fucking 10.
No.
Shut up, Jenk. Like he's going, oh no, I'm pretty cute.
Just thinking.
But there
be a
isn't,
10.
in the same way, there's no film, like if you go on IMDb, Shawshank's the highest ranking film, it's got a 9.3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No one's a 10. So
Because there's always room for improvement.
there's always room for improvement, right? So knowing that nobody's a 10, you're not an 8, because I know you're thinking you're an 8. You're not an 8. You're not. I'm sorry, you're not. 'Cause
No, I
like-
don't think many people are 8s either. I
Why
don't
don't
think
you
that's-
look him in the eyes as you said that?
you're in
Come on,
front of
Sonny.
me.
I've already got low self-esteem.
No,
Cheers,
like,
mate.
you're a strong 7.9. Don't worry.
Oh, thank
But
you.
like, if you think the average person is going to be a 5 because that's the average number,
Yeah.
so most people, there's 7.9 billion people on this planet, so at least half of them are going to be a 5. No one's a 1 unless you're like fucking the Elephant Man disformed, right? They probably exist.
Yeah, personality is probably.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Is it even
Bang on.
fair to rank people in the first place?
No,
though?
I'm not. No, I'm not saying you do rank people. What I'm saying is, my point of it is that, like, if I'm not saying we're a ranking point of view, but if you are a 5, stop trying to hit on a 9, and then getting offended and being a dick to
Yeah,
her and saying
yeah.
she's a slut or a whore because
Yeah.
someone who's
Yeah.
way out of like your league, be it personality wise or looks wise or whatever the fuck it is, isn't going to buy you like give you attention.
I mean, I'd say
Is my point.
if you're confident enough, give it a shot, fine, because
Be a reacher, not a
Yeah,
settler.
why not?
exactly, yeah, be rich, not a settler, because it's- when you are being that sort of way, it's giving yourself confidence.
Yeah, you
fine,
never know.
but don't be a dick.
Don't project that insecurity onto them afterwards.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
That's the
absolutely.
biggest thing. If
Yeah.
you're with someone who you know is aesthetically and socially hotter than you are, don't then be an insecure little bitch
Yeah,
about it.
By all means, shoot your shot, fine, because fucking fair play. If you're gonna fucking, you look like Stephen Hawking, you're gonna approach Gal Gadot and be like, "What you saying?"
The weirdest example of people.
You know.
Like a little mental image of like Stephen Hawking like wheeling his way over.
I love
the
that.
dot.
If you're gonna be Stephen Hawking,
That's my goat.
Like-
Like at the end of this episode, that's my goat.
that's your style icon.
Stephen
It's like,
Hawking.
look at him
Stephen
going, mate.
You can't. I mean,
Do I look really good on me?
you probably
A
shouldn't
chair.
have picked it like a disabled
Do you know-
person.
do you know what it is?
No, I should not have picked. No, that wasn't the intent.
Yeah, but he's
No,
dead
I know.
though, so it's
That
alright.
wasn't. The intent.
you're,
Yeah,
you're gonna get us cancelled.
I don't care. Another thing, like,
Steve Buscemi, right? If you're like Steve Buscemi and you're
There
gonna
you go.
approach,
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
do you know when
Gal
like
Gadot.
people like there's the cliche like fat dude with like a really fit girl, and everyone's like, well, he must be loaded. That I think that's pretty bullshit.
I don't.
Yeah,
I've been to Thailand, man. Trust me, that's a thing.
Yeah, like it
No,
might
but
be. It
not
might
all
be in
the
some
time.
I'm not
cases,
saying
but
no,
I
there's
think,
always,
like, I know what
there's
you're
always
saying.
exceptions to the case. Of course there are, because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
they're funny motherfuckers. Like I don't get the minute. Like Pete Davidson's dated Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale, and now he's dating Kim Kardashian.
Who's Pete Davidson?
the skinny one from SNL with all the tattoos. The comedian. He's on King of Staten Island.
you watch The
Don't know.
Dirt.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
Who's in
he's
that?
an actor as
I'll
well.
have a look after.
He's playing
Yeah.
Joe.
Or I'll
Ramone.
watch this
He's-
podcast and the picture
He'll be on
will
screen.
here.
Yeah, he's playing Joe Ramone in a film about the Ramones.
Oh, I'm not going to watch that. I'm all.
Okay. So I really like Pete Davidson. I think he's fucking
Is he okay?
hilarious.
Because obviously you know how I feel
Yeah,
about
no, honestly,
Joey.
I think he's fucking hilarious, and he makes a lot of fun of himself. He's got a British sense of humor. He's really self.
Yeah.
Because Ariana Grande, when they broke up, had a whole thing about like good dick though, and he did a special, and he was like, that was the most evil thing. He's like, because I haven't got a good dick, so she's set me up for disappointment with every girl I ever get with for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
He also said like, oh, that's like me splitting up with her and going, good pussy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his dad
Very
died in
true.
9/11,
Yeah.
and he makes loads of jokes about it.
Was it his film, The King of Staten Island, based?
It's
around
a
that?
loosely
I've not
based
seen
on,
it.
yeah.
I ain't seen it yet.
Oh, is he?
It's a good film.
Oh,
I
there's
got
one
lent
thing.
it. Heathcote lent it me, and he was
Bill
like,
Burr's in it as well.
Make sure you lend me this, give me this back before I go to London. And I just put it down, forgot all about it.
Honestly, recommend it. I do really like
I've got a
his
DVD at
stand-up.
home. I'll
I think
watch
his
it
stand-up's good. His
Watch it
his
tonight.
bits on SNL. He's the only person. Him and Michael Shea, the only two people on SNL I really like. But anyway, everyone's giving him shit. Like, why is she with him?
Yeah.
But he's a comedian. Like, he's funny.
I don't think it's that though. I think that I watched a thing about the whole Kardashian Jenner family, and at the minute they're going through like a phase where it's like Courtney's
Be
got
relevant.
Travis Barker,
Yeah.
Megan Fox is with Machine Gun Kelly, and now Kim's with Pete Davidson because they're all friends.
Did
and
you
they're
just
all
put
like,
Megan Fox in the Kardashian family?
Yeah, but she is now though, isn't she? Because like,
Yeah.
she's like
By proxy.
Yeah, she's been like fucking January transfer windowed in. And
She's on loan.
she's on loan, yeah. But
Deb-
like, there's a thing about skinny white boys with tattoos now that's like fucking hit me up though.
I'm
I know,
none
yeah,
of those
yeah.
things.
I am.
You are. This is your time to shine.
Come on, Kendall.
This is. Isn't she the one that was with Blake Griffin?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know why I know. I've never watched.
She was the one with
Kardashians.
Harry Styles, and he's another like skinny-ish
No,
white boy
he's
with tattoos.
yeah.
So it's just a thing at the minute.
Yeah,
So
it
He is a
a
sexy man, though.
yeah, definitely.
That was when I remember in the 90s when Buffy was huge and like the goth thing got big because of it.
And there's like
And it's like the equivalent of that now.
There's like
Dun, dun, dun.
there's the same with like there's the same with
Fucking
female body types as well. Like it used to be skinny supermodel, see the ribs, and now it's like big waist, massive ass.
That ass.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah,
what's everyone likes at the minute for some fucking reason. I don't know. Like,
I've never got, but that goes into, when people are like, I wish this would come back into fashion. Just fucking wear it.
yeah.
Like, if you're into a type of person, you shouldn't have to wait for that to become popular.
Yeah,
or,
there's
like,
always
socially,
there's
like,
always
attractive.
the same people around, no matter what is
Yeah.
popular at the minute. There's still goths and there's still fucking punks and there's still different types of people and different types of body types. Just don't go for fucking what's popular. I just hate it now that skinny white
I
boys
think
smoke
Mitch is going to have
cigarettes. It's like-
hypotherapy.
Hypotherapy. Is that hypothermia with her?
Hypothermia.
Anyway, yeah, 2 hours.
What you go?
My God.
Tell us your fucking goat, you prick. Of the week.
Mine was that thing that you just said that I've forgotten. That I said was the goat. What was it?
Fucking
Gal Gadot and
Stephen
Gal Gadot.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. That's my goat. But I'll happily have another one. It's not that. Can not be the Queen though. Can we not have any more Queen-related derogatory comments on our podcast today?
Today.
That's what I said today.
I quite liked my jingle, which I'm naming "The Queen's a Cunt."
Great. Amazing. Mine
So
is...
that lasted 6 seconds.
It's the name of the song, man. Sorry, I called it that before we mentioned it.
Oh, did you actually?
Yeah,
I don't believe you.
I did,
At
yeah.
all.
I did.
Mine is the international kick of fucking weirdo in a nightclub.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good one.
We can all get
That's a
behind
good
that.
one. Okay. Yeah. So if you haven't
You
emailed,
didn't even
us-
do mine, thank you.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
sorry.
I like
Jesus
talking
Christ.
about the bands.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
And
as
I've just
well.
realised one band I didn't put in my top 5, which I'm kicking myself for, is fucking Motorhead.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah, you didn't either.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
they're,
put-
they're
I didn't
top
put-
10.
I didn't put
don't
Black
think
Flag
I've
in my
been-
top 5 though, so
I'd probably
Yeah.
put them in 6.
Yeah.
Black Flag would be 6 for me, but anyway.
I'm too brown for this cold. Can we wrap it up, please?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you for watching or
Do
listening
email
to.
in, Sean.
Yes.
Sean, I'm looking at you. Email
I know
in.
shitloads of people that haven't emailed
You said
in
you
yet.
want the kids at his school to email
They're
in?
not
Like,
children.
okay.
They're not 6
I
years
was
old.
going to say, like, are they old enough to watch the podcast?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't think they'll be able to watch it without closed captions, and I don't think the closed captions are automatically come up on YouTube.
is Japan one of those countries where certain things aren't allowed in there?
No, it's
Or
only
China,
no,
so
no.
they'd be okay to.
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Oh,
'cause
of
he
course, you
watches
said
it.
he watches
Yeah,
it.
well, he listens
What,
on
has he got a
Wednesdays.
VPN though? Because you can
No,
bypass it.
no, they have YouTube in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a fucking third world country, dude. They've
No,
probably,
but
they've
I
probably
don't-
got
I know-
YouTube too in Japan.
No,
Fuck me.
it's only China essentially, and
Okay,
North Korea and
alright.
countries like that. Like,
Also, shout out.
So I just didn't want to set us up for failure. That's all.
Shout out whoever listens to in fucking what is it?
oh yeah, Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
Oh, yeah,
There's one
yeah.
listener.
We have one listener in
Shout out to you.
Guadalupe.
Yeah.
It's been a consistent listener.
I wonder if that's gone up. Imagine if it has.
There's two, like showed his mate.
Yeah.
Or their mate, sorry.
Are we looking now? Okay, so we got some
No, I
thanks
can't
for-
look now without signing in. But
Yeah, we got
Oh,
statistics on where in the world people listen.
Yeah,
This was
Yeah.
we're
as
huge
of-
in Guadalupe.
when was the last time you checked this?
Like
These
2 weeks
statistics.
ago?
2 weeks. Okay.
I'll have a look.
Wait,
again.
I checked the audio one the other day, and it's that we still have one in Guadalupe or whatever. it
Oh
is.
really?
Yeah.
So United Kingdom's top, then Norway, then India, then Japan,
Norway, man.
United States, Australia, Germany, Guadalupe.
Is
Well, thank you everyone
Yeah.
from
Pretty
around the
fucking
world.
nice, yeah. Well, I
you're
don't
still
even know where
listening.
Guadalupe is. Is it in the Bahamas or something? Caribbean?
Yeah, it's a Caribbean. Yeah.
How many in Australia?
I've just closed it. Hang on. In Australia, there are. Where was that on the list? Go from bottom. One.
One. So I've got a mate in Australia.
I know quite
Ben
a few people in
Percival.
Australia.
So if he's one of those, cheers, Ben. If it's not,
Cheers, mate.
thank
Fuck
you.
you,
Obviously.
fuck yourself. No, like, yeah, I know people in Australia from travelling. So if you're not listening, then I can't really speak to you because you're not going to hear it.
But if you are,
But if you
Yeah.
are,
But
tell
please
your mates.
listen. If you're listening, please listen.
Tell your
to-
friends about it.
Yeah.
Tell your friends to fucking email in as well, because I know the reason why people don't want to email in because they think that we're going to fucking see all
We-
their stories.
we
and that.
will make sure it's
literally
anonymous. We will make
So,
sure it's
yeah.
anonymous.
It's fine, but if you're worried about that, ask a random person that doesn't know who we are to tell you a story to then tell us the story.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
So then you can filter it twice then. So then
Yeah.
we actually
Yeah.
won't know who
Yeah.
it is.
We'll never use
we will
names.
not say names.
No.
We will give you a new exciting name that you might then take on.
Yeah,
As your own
true.
name.
Yeah.
Which then becomes your problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, email us at give us your goat at thegoatsessions.com and
That one.
Thank you.
we'll
Have a
bring
good
it
week.
up.
We'll
Have
be
a
back
good
next time.
Thank you very much.
Peace and
Bye.
love.
Thank you.
Sound?
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Goat Sessions!